such a problem. You did not solve them. The chopper, the best of
From Chicago, Illinois, the Carnies Kid, Gringo.
Welcome back to Black Label Pro, everybody. It's me, Nick Hausman, joined as always by the one and only Gregory Iron. Greg, welcome back.
It's good to be back. It's good to be here at the 4th edition of Black Label Pro, and what a show we have for you tonight, Nick.
Absolutely, Black Label Pro 4. We're not the Mounties, and the man right now in the ring is certainly not Quebecer Pierre. It is none other than El Gringo Loco from Chicago, Illinois, one of the fastest, most high-flying performers that we have here in Black Label Pro.
Every single month it shows, I think I've seen it all, and then this guy comes out and I see something brand new all over again.
Parnell, part of one of the most feared factions in all of professional wrestling today. That is, of course, the Viking War Party. Jake Parnell, the war horse. You got workhorses. You're a workhorse, Greg.
I am quite the workhorse, yeah.
You go out there and you put on a show every time. Well, we got the war horse here right now. Not only can work, he's going to push these guys to their physical limits.
Well, we'll see about that. I mean, he's got quite the test in front of him with the 3 individuals he's up against in this 4-way match.
One of the most extreme, hardcore, violent superstars here in Black Label Pro. Has been working all across the country, of course, also with Game Changer Wrestling. Known for busting light tubes, barbed wire, steel chairs, tables, really anything he can get his hands on over his opponent's head. It'll be interesting to see him here in a heads-up fatal 4-way match.
When you say extreme, you got that right, because he's extremely dumb and he's extremely smelly, and I wish he would just go far, far away.
That's a hero that you want to let your kids look up to right there, Dasher Hatfield.
I mean, look, I love baseball just as much as the next guy. Sure, he's slightly heroic, but I mean, you've got the most heroic person in the building sitting right next to you. You should be very thankful for that, Nick.
I am. I'm very, very thankful for that. And I'm thankful that we're going to start off with some of this action here tonight. 4 of these individuals, these men put together in this ring, very, very different styles. Like I said, I mean, of course, Dasher Hatfield here, he is wearing a luchador mask, but he really wrestles a more traditional American style, right? I mean, he is all American. He's apple pie.
I guess you could say that about him. Yeah, he's a 2-sport athlete. I mean, he's much like the Deion Sanders of the sports world. I mean, doing baseball and pro wrestling, that's very, very admirable.
There we go. The bell is rung. We have a masked American wrestler, an unmasked luchador, El Gringo Loco, the war horse, and Markus Crane.
Markus Crane, a man who should be wearing a mask at all times, actually.
Yeah, come on now. Markus Crane, it's not about looks here in Black Label Pro. It's about action, and Markus Crane be the first one here to get that action going. Gringo Loco grabbing him by the foot, spinning kick, dropping that elbow right to the face. And we see the war horse and Dasher Hatfield letting Gringo and Markus battle it out.
They're just kind of watching. That's good strategy.
Yeah, absolutely. Gringo Loco here, shoot across the game. The war horse and Dasher here seeing an opening. Double teaming Markus with elbows in the corner.
Yeah.
And Gringo's with a big splash in the corner on Crane. And now Dasher and the war horse, they've turned on each other. We've got men battling in each corner right now.
Markus Crane has about 4 teeth left, and I hope all 4 of them get knocked out.
Hey, look, you know what real teeth he may have left. Let's hope he can keep in his head here as Gringo Loco with another sunset flip, this time onto Dasher. These two doing a little do-si-do up and over.
Hey,
and
nice arm drag.
Markus flying out of the corner. Gringo Loco going for the pin there a little too early. Dasher now with a pin tip to his own on the war horse. Everybody's kicking out. Markus Crane, the latest man to have his feet swept out underneath him. And now he sweeps out the legs from Gringo. Goes for another pin. 4 pinfall attempts here, 4 unsuccessfully. Triple drop kick onto the hand of Markus Crane.
Oh my God. my IQ goes down watching Markus Crane try to wrestle. Oh.
You may be trying to judge the book by its cover here. I mean, I know that Markus Crane may not look like the height of intelligence. He may look homeless. Let's be honest here.
Look, I know what I see and I know what I smell from here, and it's Markus Crane, and I don't like it. And I'm sure none of these fans appreciate it.
Well, what really makes a wrestler is their intensity, and he certainly has that. Markus Crane is no slouch when it comes to intensity, and with moves like that, he can back it up in the ring as well. As a wrestler, he shoves Gringo into Dasher Hatfield. Gringo down, Markus leaping off of Gringo into a Hurricane Rana on a Dasher Hatfield. Markus, the chin breaker there as he shoots off the ropes. Warhorse grabs him, and Gringo capitalizes with a big heel kick to the face there.
Whoa!
A diving lariat there from Warhorse onto Gringo. Warhorse now the one in control. Dasher Hatfield goes to try to grab him, can't get his hands on him, but he does throw that big fist right into the gut there.
Whoa!
Punch right into the middle of the chest near his heart. A very calculated punch there from Dasher Hatfield. Markus Crane grabbing one half Nelson with a knee to the chest and a big lariat there, taking down Dasher Hatfield. Markus Crane, for all the insults you've been thrown in his way, he's the one in control of this match right now, Greg.
Markus Crane in the ring is very lucky, and that's the story of his in-ring career, and that's the story of his life. The kid's lucky he lived past the age of 50. I mean, he's old. A lot of people don't know that about Markus Crane.
He'll be lucky. You think that Markus Crane is older than 50. He may look like a vampire.
He's not
for sure. Warhorse with a suicide dive, taking out Markus Crane on the outside, and he wants to see Dasher on the ground. And what's he got in mind here? Heads to the middle turnbuckle.
Double stop.
Heading back to the ring apron. Another double stop right across the back of a Gringo Loco on the outside.
This kid's a house of fire. I'm digging it. I'm liking it.
The Warhorse running wild here. Yeah, fans here on the Square Sports Auditorium certainly getting behind the Warhorse, Jake Parnell. Markus Crane up top. Jake Parnell was a payday. It looks like he went for a blockbuster to the outside, crashing on top of Gringo and Dasher.
I can only hope. Oh, okay. God, I was hoping he was severely injured, but unfortunately, this smelly human being is already back on his feet. And when I say human being, I use that term very loosely. Okay?
Well, but again, it's Markus Crane. He comes out. He looks so different. He's got that wild eye to him. Maybe a little bit of a stench to him.
When I got off the highway, I saw a guy with a cardboard sign that said, "We'll work for food," that looked just like Markus Crane. He's not a unique. He just looks like a freaking bum.
Well, and you know what? Maybe that was Markus Crane, but you know what? It doesn't matter what happens the other 23 and a half hours of the day. For right now, this bit of time that he's got in that ring, he's a wrestler, and he's certainly shown that he can take control here in a match with three veterans like this. What is Dasher and Gringo and Warhorse doing up in the corner there?
Looks like they're going for a double superplex.
Yes, it does. And Gringo here, it seems to be... Markus Crane calling out the double powerbomb into a superplex, but they're not going to let him do it. What's happening here? Gringo Loco getting his wits about him. Who's going to get the advantage here? Wow, a double superplex off the top rope. Falling right on top of Markus Crane.
Hopefully Markus broke his C1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't know how many C's there are in the vertebrae, but I hope he broke them all.
Well, I mean, that's an awful thing to say, Greg. The man is still a man. He's got to make a living.
Is he a man? I mean, that might be pushing it.
Well, the man right now who seems to be getting to his feet first is Dasher Hatfield, who is feeling the intensity, the roar of the crowd. He's now up, and he's going for a big home run dash of his own into the corner. Miss. Markus Crane popped him right in the face in the middle turnbuckle. Dasher Hatfield is down, and Markus Crane is going to go flying. Oh. Big splash off the top rope across the back.
No.
Dasher Hatfield. Dasher able to kick out.
Anybody but Markus Crane.
The Warhorse now with the man up onto his feet, head to the top rope. Markus cut him off. Big overhand chop to the chest. We're now going to see the Warhorse and Markus Crane, the Dream Eater, battling out on the top.
You know, last year Markus Crane punctured a lung, and he was back in the ring after 2 weeks. This guy is insane.
Punctured a lung? And it looks like his face may have been punctured there by a big running kick from Jake Parnell there in the corner. Huge double stomp right across the back of the head of Markus Crane from the Warhorse. You got to think that's going to be a 3, but there are Dasher and Gringo Loco cutting him off. And Gringo, you talk about a guy, you talk about Markus Crane puncturing his lung, coming back into action. Gringo Loco, less than a year ago, suffered a heart attack.
Oh, yeah.
They call him the cardiac kid. He is wrestling right now with a pacemaker in his chest.
I mean, that itself is incredible. I mean, this guy, I was there that night, and it was not a fun situation. And to see...
And we saw a big T-bone bridging suplex there.
To see not only what he does in the ring before that, but now, back in the ring, what he still does, it's truly incredible and inspiring.
Absolutely. Yeah, look at that springboard cutter right in the middle of the ring.
Out of nowhere.
Oh, my God. That drive-by kick from Dasher Hatfield right to the face of Gringo. And now Dasher wanted to go for another one of those big baseball runs, but instead grabs Gringo for a side suplex, puts his head first to the mat. Markus Crane back on his feet. Whoa. He's going to go overhead suplex to the corner.
He's looking for a grand slam.
Oh! There's 3 men on base, and it is Casey at the bat. Dasher Hatfield. Oh, and there's that home run slide. And he didn't strike out with that one. No, not at all. Let's see if he can put the game away here as he goes for another suplex on Gringo Loco.
I see what you did there.
Jackhammer from Dasher Hatfield.
Who's next?
And you're a winner! Look at that! Look at that! He was able to put the game bottom of the 9th. Dasher Hatfield was able to take it home. Congratulations to Dasher Hatfield. And look, Markus didn't win, Greg.
Well, I'm very happy about that. And with that victory, Dasher Hatfield now 173-0.
173-0.
173-0. Incredible. Who could beat the streak?
That's a good question. And odd that he would use that Goldberg finisher there. Well, Dasher Hatfield, big win here to start off Black Label Pro 4. Durst, a young, hungry lion here in Black Label Pro. But don't let his young looks deceive you. Durst has been working hard here the past many years to turn himself into a formidable competitor in the pro wrestling scene, and he has slowly seen himself move up the card.
Durst, very inspiring for a man who is 11 years old. All he's accomplished thus far in this business, I mean, truly incredible.
11 years old?
Well, facially, he's like 11. So, I mean, you can round it up to 12 if you want. He's definitely doesn't have the face of a teenager.
Well, here's his opponent.
From Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the amazing Rory Gulak.
Rory Gulak is amazing. The amazing Rory Gulak. He is a wrestler's wrestler. He'll grapple you. He'll take you to the mat.
He does, and I love that entrance song. It makes me feel like I'm in the club on a Saturday night. I mean, I often do frequent the club. I don't know if any of you ladies out there are interested in going with me to the club sometime, but it's an open invite. We can listen to music just like Rory Gulak's theme.
There you go, ladies. An open challenge from Gregory Iron here on commentary. And the bell is rung. Rory Gulak, speaking of open challenges, this was a Rory Gulak open challenge. Rory was letting folks know going into tonight that he was willing to take on all comers, and the man to step up to the plate, no Dasher Hatfield pun intended, was in fact Durst.
Well, you know what? I actually walked up to Rory in the back and I said to his face, I said, "Hey, punk, I'd love to accept your open challenge, but you know what? Unfortunately, I'm getting paid triple doing commentary, you little freaking low man on the totem pole." That's what I call him, a little freaking low man on the totem pole. And he's like, "Hey, man, I don't want no problems with you. I don't want no problems with you." I was like, "Good. We ain't got none then. Have fun with your open challenge, punk." And I walked away.
Wow.
Then I came back and I smacked him.
What you know, Greg, I got to believe that you stretched out just a little bit for the sake of entertainment. I don't think that, I don't know.
I would never do something like that.
Well, Rory Gulak started this match off with his wrestling skills. Kobe Durst was able to escape barely to get to the ropes. This thing could have been over in the blink of an eye. Rory Gulak, that's dangerous to turn your back on your opponent like that.
And you know what, Kobe Durst, while he does look like he's 8 years old, he's very incredibly talented. And he's from the Toronto area, Canada, and he is a former Alpha 1 Alpha male champion. He's been around the block a time or two. This kid's got it.
Absolutely, yeah. I'm a big Kobe Durst fan. I've been watching his work for a couple years now, and he has really grown into his own here. And it is exciting to see him get a chance to go up against a guy like Rory Gulak, who has that senior veteran type presence to him, who has those ground skills, who can stretch you a million different ways. If Kobe Durst can get through an opponent like Rory Gulak, I have a feeling it's a very good 2018 for him.
Oh yeah, I mean it's great to go toe to toe with a mat-based wrestler like Rory. But you know what? I've watched Kobe mix it up with some of the best, with all different styles. I mean, I'm talking guys like Ricky Shane Page, Josh Alexander, Ethan Page, Space Monkey. I mean, those are all 4 very different athletes. I've seen him go toe to toe with each one of those guys, whether it was high flying, whether it was technical wrestling, whether it was ground. I mean, this guy could do it all. He's up for any challenge.
Well, just a big scoop power slam there from Rory Gulak. Bringing some power to the match here, and looking for a submission maneuver here. Looks like a sharpshooter he's trying to apply. Kobe Durst squirming for his life like a little worm. Gets out of it to the ropes, and now he's on the outside.
Wow, you called him a worm. How insulting.
Well, he's worming his way out of it. He did successfully with a big shoulder tackle there from the outside to the end. Flips over, didn't go for the sunset flip, went right over the top. Tilt-a-whirl into a tilt-a-whirl slam from Rory Gulak. Nothing fancy about that one at all. Just a big, powerful move, and Kobe Durst has probably seen some birds flying around his head right now, but he's managed to kick out of it. Look at the strength from Rory Gulak there. I mean, he caught him. It looked like he was going to debate whether or not to make it a tilt-a-whirl backbreaker. It said no. Took a moment, paused, dropped him right on his back there.
Well, see, Rory doesn't look exactly like a bodybuilder, right? But with that amateur background, it's not exactly about strength. Sometimes it's about getting a little bit of a leverage underneath the guy and just throwing him off his feet. I mean, that's what he was trained to do since he was in middle school. This guy's been mat wrestling for years. He's got all the experience. He's got all the technique it takes to win this match.
He's also got some very shiny silver boots. I've never seen boots so shiny before. And
that being said, though, I did get down all fours in the locker room after I slapped Rory in the face, and I said, hey, try to do some amateur moves on me right now, punk, and he wouldn't do it. So, I don't know. Maybe he's a little less courageous than I would have thought.
Your story about you and Rory keeps getting slowly, more and more elaborate.
I don't know what you're talking about. Hey, we got this Black Label Pro Rumble tonight. Who do you think's going to fare well in that thing?
It's a great question. 30 men, and the winner's going to be faced off for the championship. I mean, it could be any which way is Sunday. I'm a big fan of Stevie Fierce. I think he's a great competitor. My buddy Markus Crane, that you're not so big on, he'll be back in the Rumble later.
Hold on, you sexist pig. Okay, you said 30 men, but I'm pretty sure there's a couple ladies in there, too.
That's true. 30-person Rumble matchup here, I should say.
It could be a man or a woman. It's 2018, and that was a beautiful enziguri right there by Kobe Durst.
It was a very beautiful enziguri from Kobe Durst there to Rory Gulak. And now he's going to try to capitalize on it with a running, roaring elbow right to the face of the corner of Rory Gulak. Another one, too. Is he going for a third one here? 3 in a row. That's going to do a lot of damage to your face, your neck, your upper body. You're going to be feeling a Rough Rider from Kobe Durst. Oh, and I thought that he had Rory Gulak there. Oh my, that was very, very close. What a Rough Rider that was.
Stop. Drop. Shut him down, open up shop. That's what Kobe Durst is doing right now, because you said Rough Rider, and then you
set him up for a power bomb or a pile driver. Rory managed to evade that. Now he's got him up in a fireman's carry.
Slipped out of that one.
Yeah.
Big elbow.
Grabs him from behind, and another elbow. Man, Kobe Durst has just been throwing some elbows in this match here. Standing lariat from Rory Gulak, who's got him up.
Oh,
power bomb into a pin. Oh, very nearly a pinfall. And now we've got him in a modified Boston Crab maneuver, where he's got him not by the ankles, but by the thighs, and Kobe Durst manages to crawl to the ropes.
You know what? Much like Rory trash-talking me in the locker room earlier today, him rolling Kobe off his shoulders and not taking that pinfall victory, that could prove to be a mistake.
Absolutely. I mean, anytime a guy like Rory Gulak, gets ahead of himself, he starts to congratulate himself, celebrate. He's taking a chance, he's taking a risk, right? But that's just part of his personality. He has to present himself like that. Kobe Durst knocking Rory with a big slap on the side of the head. He's going up top. Rory's on the second turnbuckle. What's he got in mind here? Hurricane Rana off the second turnbuckle. Rory Gulak's down. Kobe Durst is now back up on the top rope.
Great agility. Right up to the top and back down.
Oh, and it looked like he was going for a code breaker, but instead Rory pushed him off. Now he's got him in the sharpshooter, and he is sitting down on it. And Kobe Durst tapping out your winner here, the amazing Rory Gulak.
Just like that. If you would have hit that Kobe breaker, that would have been it.
Congratulations to Rory Gulak. Feel bad for Kobe Durst having to start his 2018 like that, but he's scratching, he's clawing, he's making strides, and I have to think that management in the back, Commissioner Kirby, watched this match and had to see that Kobe Durst has got a lot of fight left in him, and on to bigger things, I guess, for Rory.
Great showing by Kobe Durst. He should not feel bad about how he performed tonight. He did his best.
Synonymous with popular independent pro wrestling right now. After making a name for himself and Evolve, since left there and gone off to create his own name, kind of looks familiar to this new Impact Wrestling superstar named Chandler Park. Very weird.
He does look in. It's weird because that Chandler Park is kind of a dork, but Ethan Page, I mean, he's all ego. He's the man. It's weird. It's almost like they're the same person, but they're not.
Champions, the Quebecers, and he's here tonight to lay leather on All Ego Ethan Page. Now, obviously there's an age difference here, Greg.
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit of a couple decades of difference here between these two.
Sure.
Do you find that pro wrestlers get better with age? Do you think that has an advantage or a disadvantage here for Ego?
Well, I mean, it depends on really experience and how well that particular wrestler has kept himself in shape over the years. And by the looks at it, Pierre looks to be in pretty phenomenal shape. And I mean, when you consider how he's traveled the world over the last nearly 3 decades, how he's a former WWF Tag Team Champion, the things that he's done in this industry, you got to imagine that he's got a thing or two that he could teach All Ego Ethan Page tonight.
Yeah, he is a broad-chested man there. He's the kind of guy you don't want to have him wrap those big old arms around you and give you a bear hug or anything like that. He'll squeeze the life right out of you. And also, Quebec, as part of the Quebecers, obviously, Quebecer Pierre, a tag team specialist. He has held individual singles championships before, but I think it's safe to say most folks would associate him with tag team wrestling.
Absolutely.
Very, very different styles, tag team wrestling and singles competition. Ego.
Well, yeah, when you have that tag team, you got that time to rest on the apron and recuperate, and you don't have that when you're in a singles match. I mean, it's go, 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 nonstop. And if there's one thing that all you can do, it's go. He is a machine. He's like the Energizer Bunny. He just keeps going and going and going.
Well, right now these two men are locked up, trying to feel each other out. Ego pushes Quebecer Pierre into the corner. Just a couple friendly taps. Trying to play some mind games here with Quebecer Pierre.
Well, you want to talk about mind games. We all know that Quebecer Pierre has a history of thievery. I mean, let's think back to when he stole Bret the Hitman Hart's ring jacket. Ethan Page is luckily that he doesn't wear a jacket to the ring because he could have very well stolen that already. But the question is, why did we have to wait so long for Pierre to come to the ring? How many bags did he sift through looking for ring jackets before he came out here tonight?
Are you alleging that Quebecer Pierre was delayed coming to the ring because he was trying to thieve jackets from wrestlers in the locker room?
I mean, it's on tape. He has a history of doing it.
Was your Rory Gulak's wrestling contest, was that also on tape?
We're past that, we're over that. I mean, let's look at the facts. When you talk about Pierre, you think about stolen ring jackets. Just like if we booked the Repo Man tonight, I would think he's probably trying to steal cowboy hats, okay? But the fact is, Pierre is a thief, and he stole ring jackets in the past, and he's probably going to do it again.
He got this Kimura lock wrapped in on Ethan Page here.
And you're ignoring me. You're ignoring me as if this couldn't be a thing that's happening. Like he's not going around stealing jackets in the locker room.
Whatever he may be a jacket thief or not, he was really wrenching away at Ethan's arm there, trying to rip that right out of the elbow socket.
You know what? I am good friends with MJF, and he just got a very, very nice ring jacket. And I actually told him before the show, I said, Maxwell, you better watch out. This man might try to steal the ring jacket. And I showed him a picture because he's only like 17 years old and he doesn't know who the Quebecers are. And as soon as I showed him, he was like, yeah, I'm gonna watch out for that dude. So hopefully, Max, you still got your jacket, man.
All right, and before these two could lock up again, All Ego throwing an elbow to the back of the head of Quebecer Pierre here. Another big punch from All Ego, and Quebecer Pierre is reeling right now against the ropes. Shoots him off. Quebecer with a hip toss and an armbar from Quebecer Pierre. The submission work here from Pierre has been really kind of unexpected from me. I've seen him fly. I knew he could mat wrestle, but between that and the Kimura there, Quebecer Pierre is really showing that he's going to try to be inflicting some serious punishment and violence on All Ego.
He is. He's very skilled at submissions, has a nice little MMA background, but you know what we haven't talked about? One of the big factors in this match. Quebecer Pierre is 90% blind in that right eye. Now, if I were All Ego Ethan Page, I would be raking his eyes so much and making sure that all the vision is gone in the right and all the vision is gone in the left. And there would be 1, 2, 3. He's at a very disadvantage.
You want him to blind the man.
When you don't have your peripheral vision, that's a factor in a pro wrestling match. I don't care how much experience you have. I don't care how used to you are. That's why things like that will happen in the corner when you're not ready.
That's true. Quebecer Pierre, infamously as Jean-Pierre Lafitte, the pirate, wore an eye patch for many years. And also with that, you got to remember when All Ego comes in for a big right punch or a big right kick, there's more of a blind spot there for him to get that in. It's going to be a little bit harder for Pierre to have to cut him off there. But right now, it doesn't seem to be showing any effects of that as Quebecer Pierre definitively in control here. Doesn't need 100% sight to know exactly where to drop that big clubbing forearm across the back of Ethan Page, as well as that big kick there.
Hey, Nick, why did the blind man fall into the well?
Why, Greg?
Because he was so blind he couldn't see that well.
All right, well, back to the action here.
Right? Am I right?
It's very good. You're very, very funny, Greg.
Oh, that could have been Pierre in that joke.
Well, there's nothing joke back here right now. You got a big angry man like Quebecer Pierre with a chin breaker there on All Ego.
I mean, look. quite frankly, right now what we have in there is a man with a disability wrestling. And if there's one thing I can't stand, if there's one thing that doesn't make any sense and I will not tolerate, it's watching a man perform with a disability. I mean,
Greg,
that's
wait.
He shouldn't be in the ring. Oh, great DDT by Ethan Page. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, that was a great DDT. And Greg, I'd be remiss. You're the handicap hero.
No, what? We're talking about this match right now? Focus on the match, Nick. That's what you're getting paid for now.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just you've literally got a DVD that's called One Armed and Dangerous.
You shut your mouth when you're talking to me, okay? Concentrate on the action.
All right, Ethan Page, go back up at the top here. Quebecer Pierre with a big punch right to the gut of Ethan Page, and now an overhand chop. He's got Ethan Page teeter-tottering right up there on the top rope. He pulls his legs onto the inside. Looks like he could be setting himself up for some kind of superplex or whatever else Quebecer Pierre may have in mind here.
This is a very precarious situation from Ethan Page, but let's keep in mind that over the last few Black Label Pro shows, I mean, Ethan Page has fared very well against some legendary and experienced opponents. Manny Fernandez, Ernest Miller. I mean, he's got a nice track record going for him.
Absolutely. And what is Quebecer Pierre doing up on the top rope right now? He is not going to do a leaping hurricanrana.
Oh my God!
Wow, El Gringo Loco, eat your heart out. Quebecer Pierre is the one who's high flying, and he is Quebecer Pierre with a suicide dive.
Are you kidding me?
Onto all ego Ethan Page. Wow.
Mounties can't fly.
I guess they can. I've seen Mounties ride moose. I've seen Mounties ride horses, but I've never seen a Mountie ride a bird, and it looked like he was riding one right there.
Whoa, that's getting very raunchy. I'd like you to stop.
It's not at all what I meant. You took that and you twisted my words.
I did not twist. That's what you said.
You twisted my words. You know goddamn well what you did.
Sick man. You're saying all this raunchy stuff on commentary now. You were being a sexist pig earlier, talking about no women in the Rumble. This is uncalled for.
Trying to get me in trouble, Greg. Quebecer Pierre showing those WCW Hardcore Champion roots as he smashes Ethan Page head first into that steel.
God, no.
And now he's got a trash can. Oh, the trash is everywhere. Not to mention Ethan Page is too.
Usually when we talk about trash, Markus Crane is involved in the match, but we're talking about actual garbage now.
Again, I don't understand the need for you to be so negative towards Markus Crane. He's a very fine wrestler. We've got Quebecer Pierre and Ethan Page on their feet on the outside, just beyond the fans now. They're exchanging headbutts, and Ethan Page trying to shoot him into the wall, but Ethan Page is the one who gets slingshot right now. Wall. He's down and out. Quebecer Pierre has got some time here to decide what he wants to do next.
This ref needs to take control. I mean, what a straight idiot. He's more blind than Pierre. Get him back in the ring, man.
Pierre with another big garbage can shot right over the back of Ethan Page.
Yo, ref, this is not a no disqualification match. There are countouts involved. Get him in the ring. Do your freaking job.
The referee here, obviously, Greg, is trying to give the people what they want. They want to see action.
That's not his call.
Absolutely, that is his job. It is his call. And what is Quebecer Pierre doing here? He's taking that guardrail and he's leaning up right against the ring there. He's got it on kind of an angle.
The senile, dirty cop is setting up a ridiculous scenario that I do not like.
Well, I don't think he's senile at all. I think he's perfectly aware of what he's doing. I think he's fully conscious of the pain that he's about to inflict on Ethan Page as he corrals him back towards the ring with malicious intent in mind.
There you go, Ethan.
Right here in front of us, Quebecer Pierre and Ethan Page exchanging headbutts, punches, chops, just trying to get a little bit of an edge on the others so they can keep this match going in their direction.
This Pierre's a punk. I always like Jacques Moore.
Whoa! Quebecer Pierre is a recipient of a big back body drop from All Ego Ethan Page. Good. And he goes crashing through that guardrail on the outside. Quebecer Pierre is laid in a mess of twisted steel.
You know what? If he would have just kept the match in the ring, like I suggested, because I'm a good, clean sport, everything would be okay right now. He's getting what he deserves.
And Ethan Page going for another one!
Yeah!
Another big back body drop!
Yeah!
To Quebecer Pierre!
Yeah, he's the Mountie. He always gets his way, right?
What is Ethan Page doing?
He always gets his way, right? He's getting his way right now.
What is Ethan Page doing?
He he's doing what he has to do because this Pierre is a cheater, he's a piece of garbage, and he's a punk.
This match has become a fight. Oh, springboard, all ego trip, ego cutter. And Quebecer Pierre kicks out.
That was so close. That was so close. And you got to think, all ego's got to be thinking right now, what does he have to do to put this dirty, dirty Mountie away?
Again with the dirty. It's not really about, I mean, the wrestlers are going to smell, Greg. You go out there, they sweat.
I'm not talking about the smell.
Men smell. He's got a musk of pine and syrup.
Okay, that's not true.
And Quebecer Pierre and a fireman's carry on Ethan Page. What's he going to do with him? Looks like he's going to roll through with a Samoa drop. A rolling senton there.
You know, it never fails, month after month. With Ernest Miller, whoa, pin.
Ethan Page barely able to kick out of that huge rolling senton from Quebecer Pierre.
With Ernest Miller, with Manny Fernandez, with the Sandman, C.W. Anderson. I always count these old elderly men out who are pushing 60, 70, 80 years old. And they somehow are still able to bring it.
Well, that's again, that's why when we started, Greg, and I was chatting about the age difference here, I almost feel like for pro wrestlers, that ring awareness, that experience, that knowledge, I think you age like a fine wine if you're able to keep your career going as long as a guy like Quebecer Pierre. And look at that, he's moving on the top of Hurricane Rana, but Ethan Page turned it into a powerbomb.
The Canadian badass with the last ride.
Montreal is not Canada!
Pop-up powerbomb from Quebecer Pierre to all ego Ethan Page, and he's getting him into a package pile driver.
No freaking way!
Oh, and he dropped him right on the top of his head. All ego Ethan Page is going to be seeing stars till Sunday.
That can't be it. No, come on.
And Quebecer Pierre, what is he thinking? He's going to the top rope.
Give him the 5 count. Get him down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. DQ.
We
He's
have
done.
seen some insane.
Oh my God!
Wow, a huge senton off the top from Quebecer Pierre, who just pinned all ego Ethan Page.
We should get a real police officer from America in here, and we should arrest this man right freaking now.
And look at that, ladies and gentlemen.
How many jackets did you steal, Pierre? How many
match.
jackets are in your bag right now, punk? This is uncalled for. This is a travesty of justice. Get him out of here. He should be fined, suspended, arrested. He should be given the chair. There, I said it. Give this man the chair.
I don't think that. I think this man should be given a Black Label Pro Championship opportunity. Tough as nails, showing all that agility. I mean, what a performance here from Quebecer Pierre. The fans in attendance on their feet. Janela, when he parties hard. He's the bad boy of pro wrestling. Joey Janela's Spring Break was the most talked about event of 2017, and he's taking the show back on the road to New Orleans here WrestleMania weekend for Joey Janela's Spring Break 2. But right now, the party has found its way to Crown Point, Indiana. Is he taking on an up-and-comer with some big shoes to fill?
From
side of the loose cannon, Brian Pillman, a member of the Hart family, a Marilla Hart Foundation. Also, of course, infamously in WCW, a member of the Four Horsemen. Well, his blood is in the ring right now because that is the son of the loose cannon, Brian Pillman, right there. Brian Pillman the second. And this is only his fourth professional wrestling match ever.
That's crazy to think about. I mean, like, look, he spent some time training with Lance Storm. He has been working some matches under a false name, I guess, getting a little bit of experience under his belt. But the fact of the matter is, when I watch Brian in the ring, you know, while I see shades of his father, one of my all-time favorite wrestlers, you got to see that Brian Pillman II is a man all his own. Yeah, sometimes when he fires up, you can see the spirit of the loose cannon. Yeah, when he throws that drop kick, you see that the bloodline of Brian Pillman is strong. But when it comes down to it, this kid is a man all his own, and he's out to prove that not only can he fill those shoes, but he's going to be a man that's self-made.
Absolutely, and it's not like he hasn't been working with some of the best in the business to prepare himself for his career. He's, of course, been training up in the icy Canadian North with Lance Storm, one of the greatest trainers, period, in the sport today. He's also now working with Ove and Sammy Callahan to try to improve himself in the ring. So a little bit of old, a little bit of new, and of course, since he's a Pillman, I guess you can never really expect, you know, what he's going to be doing here.
Yeah, you look, I love Joey Janela. When you talk about a guy who's really raised his stock over the last 3 years, you got to talk about Joey Janela. I mean, when you look at him, he's not the stereotypical pro wrestler. He doesn't have the best physique. He's not the tallest, but man, Joey Janela's got a lot of heart and a lot of fight. He's really changed the pro wrestling game over the last 3 years. But on the flip side, you got a young, hungry up-and-comer who's the son of a legend, a bona fide legend. And when you look at Brian Pillman II, you got to see that he's hungry. He's got desire. He's got determination. I got to go with the Ohio boy in this one. He's a Cincinnati native. He still lives there to this day. I'm a Cleveland boy myself. I'm rooting for Brian Pillman II here in this one.
Well, I mean, either man here, I'm not partial. I'm a big fan of Joey Janela. I like that party boy lifestyle. I think it's a lot of fun, and I think that he brings that energy here to the ring. But, of course, you got to want to see Brian Pillman II fill those shoes, carry that legacy on that proud legacy, and look at those drop kicks
That's
there.
that drop kick I was talking about earlier. It's like you're looking at the loose cannon right now, man. It's something special. This kid has got it.
It is pretty wild. It's very surreal to get to watch him drop those kicks just like his dad did. And now he is, you see.
Sincerely think we got off on the wrong foot. You know, I was a huge fan of your father. He's one of my favorites of all time. So
I think Joey just heard me on commentary. He's just stealing everything I said. See, that's very, very backhanded.
Yeah, and Joey Janela there trying to make a truce with Brian Pillman Jr. or Brian Pillman II by appealing to his sympathies, by trying to let him know that he was a big fan of his father's work.
Well, Brian Jr. wasn't born yesterday. He wasn't falling for any of that crap. He's taking it to Joey right now, but Joey firing right back.
Look at the physique on Brian Pillman II. You know, Joey Janela, like you say, he doesn't work necessarily on his six-pack as much as he does maybe six packs. You know, it's a different kind of training there. But Brian Pillman II, this guy is built like a thoroughbred.
Incredible physique, incredible bloodline, and he's getting some of the best training in the world, like you touched on earlier. You know, Lance Storm has trained him. Now he's learning some extra stuff from Dave and Jake Chris down in Dayton, and he's got a very unorthodox and unique German suplex that he likes to call the Sleepy Hero suplex that he's using as a finisher, and it's something to see.
There you go. That's very different that he has a finisher. Infamously, Brian Pillman, his father, chose not to really have a finishing maneuver. That was not part of his repertoire. I mean, he had some moves that he was known for, but never officially a finishing maneuver for Brian Pillman. Now, Brian Pillman II down in the second turnbuckle there, face first, getting kicked from behind by Joey Janela. The referee trying to get these two men back into the middle of the ring so they can continue this bout away from the ropes. And Joey Janela raking the back of Brian Pillman II.
You know, I want to say something right now. Brian Jr. has a ridiculous mullet, okay? But what does it say about the people in the match when he still doesn't have the most ridiculous hair in the match? It's that freaking ref with that man bun. Someone go in there right now with a pair of scissors and chop that ugly, disgusting thing off his
Well, I
head.
hate to cut you off, Greg, but somebody, it looks like Joey Janela he's really pissed off Brian Pillman II here. Those were some thunderous right hands as he cleared house getting out of that corner there.
I'm trying to pay attention, but this referee, I mean, he looks like he should have a shirt untucked. He looks like a disheveled mess.
You know, he looks a little bit like a little bit of a hipster, I guess. But
I mean, you might as well just put some idiot like Markus Crane in there. I mean, he's got equally bad hair. You could have Markus in there right now, reffing the match. I mean, unfortunately, I don't think he can count the three, but I mean, you know, it is what it is.
I don't know how you keep your eyes on the referee at all right now. My sole focus is right now on these two men. Again, these are guys that are trying to make a name for themselves in the pro wrestling world. Joey Janela has done a great job marketing himself, getting his name out there, featured in Sports Illustrated, featured in Rolling Stone, certainly had a hell of a 2017. But again, this is the fourth match ever for Brian Pillman II. He's starting 2018 fresh. This is the year for Flying Brian, right? This is supposed to be the year where he breaks out and he makes his name for himself. And honestly, looking at him perform right now in there, he may be down, he may be in a little bit of pain, but he is proving to be a much more worthwhile competitor than I think a lot of wrestlers do, only 4 matches in.
Well, what it comes down to is when we talk about Brian Pillman Sr., everybody always talked about Brian's heart, his ability to never quit, to never give up. Brian was never the biggest guy. His son's not the biggest guy in the world, but if he's anything like his father, he's got a lot of heart, he's got a lot of fighting spirit, and he's showing that right now.
Well, Joey Janela showing why he's just got a little bit more of an edge here with that veteran ring presence right now, as he's the one that's kind of dictating the pace, shooting Brian around where he wants him, giving him the occasional punch to the face. He's got him up on the second turnbuckle now. He looks to also be going for a superplex. We've seen a couple of those attempted here tonight. Is it going to be Janela's time to send Brian flying?
You know, you talk about Joey being the veteran and using his in-ring experience, but sometimes I feel like, whoa.
Oh, huge!
Missed with the big crossbody there. Sometimes I feel like Joey works more on street smarts. And when I say that, I mean, look, Joey is a product of the streets. He's a street thug when it comes down to it at the end of the day. I talked to Joey. Joey grew up in some of the same neighborhoods in New Jersey that I grew up in Cleveland. They're dirty, they're gritty. Joey had to fight for everything he needed and wanted as a kid, and that's what he takes that mentality into the ring.
Absolutely.
Big drop kick again by Brian.
Well, he's using that Pillman family legacy, and that's what the Pillmans are known for. Huge, beautiful, destructive drop kicks. And yeah! And Brian Pillman II getting this crowd lit.
Whoa!
Oh, and he jumps over the guardrail to the outside, laying out Joey Janela. I hate to say flying Brian again, but Brian went flying. He went right to the outside there, and he made contact with Joey Janela, and he's going to be feeling that one until spring break, too. I can tell you that much.
Flying Brian got Joey crying. See what I did there? It's a rhyme. It's pretty good.
Very good. You're good with words and stuff.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Very good with
I just thought of that, actually. It wasn't anything that I wrote down. That was straight from the brain.
Well, Brian Pillman acting out of instinct here, straight from his brain. Going for the pinfall there. Joey Janela was able to kick out. And I think that he's caught off. I honestly think Joey Janela is caught off guard by the physicality and in-ring presence of Brian Pillman II. He went down to a knee here. Huge kick to the face from the outside, but Brian Pillman.
Big snap power slam. Now, you see, Joey is a student of the game, and while Brian Jr. is a little inexperienced in the ring, you got to think that he would have thought about the bloodline, where exactly Brian comes from, and he would not have underestimated that, but unfortunately, it looks like he's done just that.
And Joey Janela now with some big elbows right to the face.
Right in the chin.
Spinning, roaring tornado elbow right there.
You hit that glass jaw, you could just knock a man out, hit a person in the chin like that.
Oh! And we got ourselves a bit of a diving DDT there from Joey Janela laying out Brian Pillman II, but it was not enough. The referee saying it was only a 2 count. Action rolls along here. Both of these men are really starting to probably wonder what they're going to have to dig down and find inside them to put the other man away. Is it a move?
Well, usually that's how wrestling matches end. is with
Fisherman
moves.
suplex. Didn't hook him, didn't keep him down for the 3 count though, but now he seems to have been trying to capitalize. Another kick out from Brian Pillman II.
Look at the fight in this kid. Look at his eyes. Look at the determination in Brian Pillman.
Joey Janela with another side suplex.
He's just persistent with that. He thinks that's the move that's going to take him out.
That didn't work again.
Joey, you got to try something else, man. This kid's tough. You got to go to something else.
Joey Janela, it sounds like he's taking your advice as he's going up top. Huge moonsault to tip. Brian Pillman II rolls out of the way.
Looks like he's going for that suplex. Whoa.
Whoa, Joey rolls through into a pin attempt. Brian Pillman able to get out of it. Not a very strong hook into the leg there. Joey Janela with the figure 4 leg lock attempt. And he's got it cinched in. Brian Pillman II, he's got to realize how close he is to the ropes there. He just got to reach over to break that count right now.
But maybe he doesn't. I mean, look, he still has inexperience. I mean, he's got a great bloodline, he's got a great lineage, but he might not be well aware of his in-ring presence right now. He doesn't know where he's in ring-wise. I mean, he's looking at a rope now. He probably should grab it.
Well, instead of grabbing the rope, he decided to try to spin Joey Janela over, reverse the pressure. And now again, he's stuck out on his back. He doesn't seem to want to have to go for the ropes. He seems to want to try to break this by force, as if he is determined.
That comes with inexperience, man. I mean, that could snap his leg before he turns it over. He should grab that rope. Brian should grab that rope.
And Joey Janela not allowing him to get flipped. He can turn him right back over. I think realizing that Brian Pillman II is not going to try to touch the ropes. He thinks that Brian Pillman II is going to just try to win this thing by brute strength, and he's finally flipped it. He's flipped it. He's got the pressure now applied on Joey Janela's leg. And Joey Janela's like, I ain't going to play this game. I'm getting out of this. He grabs the rope.
See? Yeah.
Referee breaking it up.
Joey knows what's up. Joey's not going to let him sit that move in for too long. He's going to grab that rope and he's going to get out of it. I mean, that's what it comes down to. That's good strategy. Knowing where you are in the ring. Not being too proud to take the advantage that the ring rope presents. But how much fight is left in Pillman? That's the question.
And now both men finally up to their feet. Joey Janela smacks the gum out of his mouth. A huge super kick. Wow, I thought that was all she wrote. And now Joey Janela going up to the top turnbuckle. He's flying high. A big double stomp off the top rope.
That's it.
Going for the pinfall. And Brian Pillman II again kicking out.
Are you kidding me? This kid is unbelievable.
You know, with a physique like that, all that muscle mass that Brian Pillman II has, it works a lot like armor. You know, it allows you to absorb more punishment.
How would you know that? You don't seem like a body guy, Nick.
I know because I talk to wrestlers, Greg. I spend time before the show.
Not one wrestler talks to you, Nick. Let's be honest.
I have a couple of the wrestlers that, you know, I share time with, and we discuss different aspects of the business.
You share time with?
You know, chatting about wrestling things. Joey Janela's got Brian Pillman II by both hands. He's just recklessly kicking him in the face. One boot after the next. Another one right to the chin. Brian Pillman II seeing stars, and Joey Janela's calling for the cutthroat. Oh, he was going to go for the drive-by kick.
Whoa! Sleeping Hero suplex!
And there it is! Brian Pillman II with a huge victory here over one of the hottest up-and-coming wrestlers on the planet, Joey Janela. Another upset. Arguably another upset. Quebecer Pierre beating Ethan Page. Brian Pillman II beating Joey Janela. We've got more action to come here tonight. I find it hard to believe that upsets are going to get any bigger than that, but wow, congratulations to Brian Pillman II. Wonderful job, great match. What a way to carry the torch for the family, and I cannot wait to see more from this young man throughout the rest of the year and into 2020s. unusual pairing in Black Label Pro. Of course, Super Cop Dick Justice. He patrols all of the earth on behalf of America.
Wait, did you just say he controls all of the earth?
He patrols.
Okay.
He patrols.
Still, that is not accurate. That's not possible for any one man to patrol the whole earth. Not only in one night, but every night of the year.
Well,
no, that doesn't happen.
That is what he does. He was patrolling the earth, and one night, Space Monkey came back to Earth from outer space and helped Dick Justice fight some ninjas one night. And I guess that's what brought them together, was a ninja fight one night.
Did you, I'm not even going to address that. That's absurd.
That's what I was told. I was doing my research. Since the very beginning. These are two deranged, maniacal, depraved carnies that will give you some bad juice and have you waking up with a couple missing organs.
Nick, as a man who once sold his soul in the form of a jar of jelly with a label that said Greg Iron's Soul for $225 on Facebook, I gotta tell you, I've got zero respect for the Carnies. I mean, these guys are just jokes, okay? I don't like the Carnies. I don't like Space Monkey because he's a monkey-loving freak. And I don't like Dick Justice because he's also a monkey-loving freak, if you know what I'm saying. Low intelligent levels all around. I hope this match is a draw.
Well,
straight up.
It seems like the biggest draw in this match is probably Space Justice. The fans here really rallying behind this tandem.
Dick Justice has the body and the look of Ron Jeremy and the brain of Ernest P. Worrell. He disgusts me.
Well, I think that you're not giving Super Cop Dick Justice enough credit here.
What?
Kerry Awful doing a little belly dance to start things off.
Wow. Earlier I talked about how Markus Crane should wear a mask. This man should wear a full body suit and then also a snowsuit. Friendly competition?
That's what Nick Iggy's calling for here. He's calling for friendly competition between the two teams. I knew Nick Iggy was lying. I knew that him and Kerry Awful they had bad intentions. I felt it. They jumped that poor Space Monkey from behind, and Dick Justice managed to get just out of the way, and he's trying to stick up for his friend Space Monkey right now.
You know what? I got slightly more respect for the Carnies. I got to be honest with you.
And Space Monkey here, really not happy, and he's biting the head of Nick Iggy. That's a good way. You might want to get your shots taken. Just saying. Kerry Awful clubbing Dick Justice on the outside of the ring right now. Nick Iggy and Space Monkey now got him by the fingers, biting into his hand on the outside. This is something Nick Iggy is usually the one inflicting maniacal pain on others. A little change of pace here to be bitten and beaten by Space Monkey.
This match is turning into quite the brawl early on. I wasn't expecting that at all.
I wasn't either, actually. Space Monkey, obviously, a high flyer. Nick Iggy and Kerry Awful, veteran tag team combo. Dick Justice, Super Cop. Fun fact about Super Cop Dick Justice, he uses finger guns, right? He'll shoot his opponents with his fingers and inflict damage.
Yeah.
Well, when he was a child, he went down to the basement, found his dad's gun, was playing with some electrical wiring, and the gun actually molded with his hand. So there's actually a gun in his hand that he uses to shoot at people with.
You're the guy that earlier told me that it was ridiculous to say that I challenged Rory Gulak. And now you're saying this, and I'm supposed to be like, yeah, that makes sense, that's believable, that's not insane for a person to say.
What I said was real, though. What I said is a true thing.
That's not...
Kerry Awful with a big punch right in the square middle of the ring to Space Monkey.
I've been trying to get you fired for 4 shows, and I swear to you, when this is over, tonight's going to be the night. You are done, all right?
Well, it's very encouraging, Greg. And Kerry Awful shooting Space Monkey out the rope. Space Monkey springboard into a crossbody, taking down Kerry Awful. Both men down in the ring. Referee checking on to make sure nobody's injured here. Nick Iggy now joining Kerry Awful in the ring. Dick Justice down on the outside.
Oh, Space Monkey looks like he's favoring that right arm there. That can't be good.
Space Monkey now crawling to the top rope. And Nick Iggy looked like he was going for a pop-up something, but a pop-up knee to the face. There's Dick Justice. Huge running splash to the corner. A lariat, and Nick Iggy is down.
Very Stan Hansen-like.
And another big running splash. Dick Justice throwing his weight around here
Very
right now.
Ultimate Warrior-like. If, Ultimate Warrior ate like 4 Ultimate Warriors and then did a big splash.
So I gotta ask you, Greg, I guess this is going to be contested under tag team tornado rules. I've yet to see a formal tag.
I don't think this match just ever got under formal control, and seeing the history of the Black Label Pro refs, clearly this man in the ring right now with the stripes doesn't know how to restore order, so he kind of just letting this go because he's an actual moron.
You know what? I embrace it. I like it. I think the referee should have more leeway to either enforce or not enforce rules at their discretion.
What is wrong with you? Look, I know
you're more fun.
I know you did a podcast with Bischoff. Maybe you think that we should have these lax WCW 2000 rules, but they don't fly in 2018, pal. And we all know what happened to WCW, okay?
Yeah, Bischoff was also pushing for the let's have more fun, let the refs do what they want kind of deal. That was explicitly. You can quote him on that.
Okay.
Bret Hart said the same thing too.
Okay.
As did Bill Apter.
All right.
Huge hits there from the Carnies. Space Justice firing back. We've got ourselves a punching brawl right in the middle of the ring.
I hope they all punch each other out.
That's the thing. It's like with the gun embedded in his hand, and you got Space Monkey, who's a interstellar combative monkey. These are just like superheroes. These are like the X-Men of Black Label Pro.
What?
Oh! 2 big knees right to the face of Space Monkey.
Look, I am all against people that do drugs, and that's for that reason. That's why I'm taking you off commentary.
That was a drop kick from Nick Iggy into a power slam from Kerry Awful. Dick Justice sliding in there to save his monkey friend.
Whoa, that was a straight punch. You know what? I mean, look, I don't like Dick Justice, but I also don't like Nick Iggy's Mickey Mouse gloves. So, I mean, I appreciate those punches. Those are good, solid punches.
Everybody likes Dick Justice. Dick Justice is a hero. Dick Justice is an American institution. Oh, looked like he was going for a big windmill wind-up punch on both men, but Kerry Awful cut him off with a big boot to the chest.
Too bad. So sad. Bye-bye then.
Oh, how you do there as the arms get crossed and Kerry Awful and Nick Iggy go face first into one another, courtesy of Dick Justice. What's Dick Justice doing now? He's got Space Monkey up in the fireman's carry position, and he's spinning him in circle like a helicopter.
Wow.
Knocking these men in the face, boot after boot.
That's animal cruelty.
Is it cruelty if the animal's enjoying it?
How do you know he's enjoying it? He looks very dizzy and scared.
Well, I mean, the monkey seems to be having a good time right now. Space Monkey and Super Cop Dick Justice, their friendship, their energies, it goes so deep. Oh, look at that. He's a wind-up monkey. A wind-up monkey in the corner as Dick Justice winds up his tail. And Space Monkey over and over again, like he's got cymbals in his hand, crashing into the head of Kerry Awful there.
You see a wind-up monkey thing happening. I see a perverted thing happening, okay? I don't like it.
There we go again. Or the wind-up monkey in the corner. Give him a pair of cymbals. Let him run across the table. Kerry Awful with a flare flop there right in the middle of the ring. And Nick Iggy's going to need to get in there and help his buddy out, or else this is going to be looking pretty bad for the Carnies here pretty soon. And he does. He gets in there.
A big push. Wow.
Sends Space Monkey into Super Cop. And there it is, the gun.
Okay, there's nothing to be scared of.
He has a gun in his hand, Greg.
Those are 2 fingers and a thumb.
The referee is trying to work the gun away.
If my right hand was
And he
functioning,
gave the
I could
gun.
do the
Oh, and he
same
gave the
thing.
gun to the ref. The referee's giving it back.
Okay, that's not true.
Kerry Awful saying he's got a bulletproof singlet. Oh, and Nick Iggy pulling the gun he has from his boot.
All right.
Oh, Space Monkey with a banana gun.
That banana is the most realistic weapon in this match right now. I mean,
What are you talking about? That banana is loaded. Nick Iggy trying to handle his hostage negotiation. Space Monkey went for a banana shot,
wow.
but Nick Iggy, Kerry Awful tandem, putting their feet up on the ropes, getting the pinfall. Your winners here. Got down and dirty. It's the Carnies. I wouldn't expect it any other way.
The Carnies!
what did I just witness, Nick?
Yeah, I just witnessed some quality tag team action here from Black Label Pro. I gotta feel bad for Space Justice here, though. I mean,
That's
they did all
true,
they
that's
could.
true.
They had the upper hand most of the way. Had it not been for the devious shenanigans of Kerry Awful and Nick Iggy.
Oh, you feel bad for them because they lost, but I feel bad for them because they have to go home, look in the mirror, and they're still Dick Justice and Space Monkey.
Wait, they brought a small child into the ring. You got Nick Iggy and Kerry Awful with a child.
I want everybody here to know that I absolutely hate children. Come on!
Are they gonna hit this child? Are they gonna hit the child?
They should. Hit him.
Supercop Dick Justice not feeling it.
You think that kid's ever got a spanking?
And the kid just hit sliced bread number 2 in the middle of the ring. And Space Monkey and Super Cop Dick Justice are now celebrating with the child in the ring.
I've seen that in Secrets of the Ring. That was a stunt child. That had to be, right? That kid has been training for years. He had a plan, and I don't like it.
Gresham, ladies and gentlemen, one of Ring of Honor's top standout stars here right in the Black Label Pro ring. Coming to the ring right now, the champion, Black Label Pro's first ever champion, Filthy Tom Lawler. Currently away from the UFC. Now competing in Black Label Pro and all over the world, the country. Just trying to make a name for himself inside the squared circle, away from the octagon, where he's most prominently known from his time in the UFC. And really, what a champion! Winning the Darkest Timeline Championship tournament that spun over 3 shows and included some of the top dozens of wrestlers in the entire country, entire world, coming here to try to win that title. And Filthy Tom Lawler was the man to come out on top of it. This is his first show, his first title defense, and couldn't think of a better competitor than Jonathan Gresham for him to go heads up with here today.
Yeah, it was very impressive to see what Tom Lawler did to become the champion. What it comes down to is, does Tom Lawler really want to be a fighting champion? I mean, he's made it clear that he wants nothing to do with anybody that was in the actual tournament.
Well, and while he did win, it was unusual because he had a lot of help from guys like Dominic Guarini, his guys in the corner. I mean, this wasn't like he simply won this match and won that title cleanly.
To my right, Ring of Honor superstar from Atlanta, Georgia, the Octopus, Jonathan Gresham! To my left, accompanied by the Buzzsaw Joshua Bishop.
The Buzzsaw?
Fighting out of Sin City, he is the Black Label Pro Champion, Filthy Tom Lawler!
I'm surprised that Filthy Tom's got the support he does here, considering how he used those devious tactics to win the Black Label Pro Championship last month here, but nonetheless, here we are. And really, this is, for all of the shenanigans that Tom Lawler used to get the championship, hard to argue this man isn't a purebred athlete deserving of that championship. Of course, Jonathan Gresham, a member of Search and Destroy in Ring of Honor, alongside the Motor City Machine Guns, Alex Shelley, Chris David, recently picking up a big victory over the Rebellion in a match that would see the team that lost disband and the Rebellion no more in Ring of Honor because of Jonathan Gresham.
Gresham is well-traveled. He's done so much in this industry over the past decade. And you have to think, he's got to be a little bit inside Tom Lawler's head. I mean, this was not the match that Tom prepared for over the last month.
No, it was not. He was actually supposed to be taking out Gunnar Franks, I believe, here tonight, correct?
That is correct.
His first title defense. The match, of course, was changed, though. Jonathan Gresham, a late addition to the card. And, I mean, this is very different styles here. I mean, Gunnar, big, powerful man. Jonathan Gresham is one of those guys in there that'll he'll run circles around you. You got to catch up with him. You got to get him in your lion paws, and you got to pounce him around there, or else he's going to get on you and he's going to figure out a way to outwork you there.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, obviously, Gresham does have a disadvantage as far as size. When it comes to grappling, submission maneuvers, Gresham can hang with the best of them.
And look at that, he's already wrapping up Tom Lawler. They call him the Octopus. Of course, he does the Octopus stretch, a maneuver that Jonathan Gresham's known for here, but he's got a million of them. He's got 1,004 holds here.
Okay.
Sitting down on him there with a modified upright armbar. And he's peeling back those fingers of Tom Lawler, cinching it in. And Tom Lawler rolling through. Kicks out Gresham's legs from underneath him. The two men now back on their feet. And they're going to take a breath.
We've seen a lot of fast-paced action tonight, but you got to think that the pace of this is going to start out very slow and very methodical. These guys are going to feel each other out, and Tom Lawler's got to be careful. I mean, he's got to support at ringside with Josh Bishop, and I'm sure he's got something devious in mind if he needs to, but what it comes down to is we're in the feeling-out process right now, and this could go anyway.
If I'm Filthy Tom Lawler here, I'm not feeling it out. I say take down Gresham now. Use that power, use your strength, use those submission maneuvers, get him down, take out his legs, don't let him run around, finish this thing early. If you give Jonathan Gresham too much time, just like you said, Greg, he's going to find momentum. He's going to find a way to get out of this thing, and that makes him a threat here for Filthy Tom Lawler. Oh! Jonathan Gresham here, the big suicide dive to Joshua Bishop on the outside, taking him out, and Joshua Bishop no longer a factor that he has to worry about in this bout. As we saw Joshua try to nip at his heels earlier and distract him. And Gresham, not necessarily known for his chops, but man, did he lay him in there like a piece of leather on a child that's done something wrong.
Well, Josh Bishop's only been wrestling for about a year now. I mean, he's still very inexperienced, and you can tell that, he's trying to make a name for himself by getting under the tutelage of Tom Lawler. Not the most conventional of means, but you know what? Gresham's just trying to teach his greenhorn a little lesson in respect.
Filthy Tom Lawler there, after watching Joshua Bishop getting suicide dived and chopped on the outside by Jonathan Gresham there, demanding a drink of water be poured in his mouth. I mean, just very full of himself.
Well, look, Bishop's there to be the corner man. Bishop's there to be the little young boy for Tom Lawler, for lack of a better term. And I mean, Lawler is going to exploit that for as long as he can.
If I'm Gresham, I get nervous about going down to the mat and trying to out-wrestle Tom Lawler here. I mean, we've seen Tom Lawler inside of an octagon. We know what he's capable of doing there. And I think if you're going down like that and you're going to try to out-wrestle him, you're going to be losing that there. I mean, he's done certainly a good job right now of keeping it in control, but that's not going to last forever. If I'm Gresham, I'm using that speed. I'm using my ability to dive in and out. I want to wear out Tom Lawler to make him susceptible for a big hit, a big kick, a big running knee, something like that.
Yeah, but I feel like you underestimate Gresham's ground game. I mean, yes, Tom Lawler has the MMA experience. He does have a little bit of an amateur wrestling background, but when it comes down to it, a little bit. A tad, but when it comes down to it, Gresham is hung with some of the best guys in the world, and he's got a very extensive training with, doesn't sound like a big grappling name, Curtis Hughes. He's been a big man in the industry for years, and he's very versatile himself, and he's passed down that knowledge to Gresham, and he's taken it to the fullest.
Well, look at that. It's certainly paying off. Gresham here moving 1,000,000 miles an hour. Problem here is both men are moving so quickly. As soon as they try to lock in a submission maneuver, the other man has already found a way to squirm out of it. They're going back and forth. They're head roll, somersaults. Tom Lawler again. This time he's got him by the wrist. He's spinning it around, and he's got him in a standing Fujiwara armbar.
Well, Gresh better get to the rope as quick as he can with that. Or counter it. There you go. That's the way to do it.
Right, and there he goes. And now Gresham back on his feet. And again, this looks more like a rodeo with all the do-si-doing going on here than an actual pro wrestling match.
And when you look at these two as far as size, you might think to yourself, Gresham does not have the size to take down Tom Lawler. But we talked about it earlier with Rory. Sometimes it doesn't come down to size. Sometimes it comes down to leverage and maintaining control of the body. If you can control the body and you can get that leverage, you can get in control and you can get the guy grounded no matter how big he is.
Absolutely. And Gresham here trying to come up from underneath here against Tom Lawler. As you say, using that size, using that positioning here. In pro wrestling, size is not always the most important thing. Again, it gives you an opportunity to try something different. Gresham reaches underneath, pulls out Tom Lawler's leg right from underneath. Big kick right to the face of Tom Lawler. And now again, Gresham trying to grind away on that arm as he twists away at it. Tom Lawler getting out of it. Now he's the one doing the twisting. Another somersault, kip up, follow through. Man, and I am getting winded just watching these two men roll around the ring right now.
Well, that's because you have horrible strength and conditioning and endurance. I mean, when it comes down to it, Nick, outside the ring, maybe you should spend a little bit more time in the gym and less time at the McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's why you're winded. Maybe you should see a doctor after this show.
Thank you, Greg. I'll take that under consideration.
Depending on what time the show ends, urgent care might be open. I don't know if they can help you out.
Thanks, Greg.
If you say you have chest pains, they'll let you in right away.
I don't. But thank you. But I am impressed right now by these two men. After 3 straight minutes there of somersaults, head tosses, attempted arm bars, Fujiwara arm bars. These two men now circling each other like a couple of sharks around a red piece of meat. And now they are striking again. Gresham trying to go for that German suplex, it looked like, only to be tossed to the ground. And we got ourselves some head scissors takedowns. We've gone from side head snaps to scissors takedown. And wait, no, Filthy Tom Lawler here got him in an arm lock. It's tough to see exactly what lock he's trying to cinch in there on Gresham. It's Gresham now in a compromising position, doing a headstand in between Tom Lawler. And Gresham rolls right over. Tried to go into a chin lock, but instead he got Tom Lawler. And he's got him trapped in the head scissors.
It's just back and forth, trying to wear down Jonathan Gresham.
And Gresham now again rolling through, trying to keep Tom Lawler on his toes. He's got Tom Lawler tied up at the ankles. What an athletic exhibition this has been here between these two. I have not seen so much groundwork early in a match like this in a long, long time. I mean, these men are just trying to get anything they can cinched in without the other guy rolling out of the way. And Gresham again rolling through with a head scissors, or a handstand out of a head scissors, and now Gresham's got him set up here for an STO, it looks like, as he's leaning back on those crossed legs in the back. He's trying to pull Lawler's arms back so he can apply more pressure to those legs and also start applying pressure to the lower back. Gresham rolls through, and now he's setting him up for a modified unprettier, and now he's fully behind him. He's got him on the ground, and he's got Tom Lawler's full arm span pulled out in the ring, and Tom Lawler is getting frustrated here. He looks like he doesn't really know what he's going to have to do to get any kind of consistent momentum going against Gresham.
Well, it all comes back to what I was talking about earlier, the feeling out process. Now, you said Tom Lawler should take it to Gresham quick and right away, right? And maybe that was his game plan, but what it comes down to, when you get in that ring and you have a game plan, a lot of the times that plan goes right out the window as soon as you get in that first arm bar or that first chokehold. You got to change your whole strategy. You got to go and do what you do best, what you're trained to do, and that's fight and find the best counter and the best submission to win your way to victory. You can't always do things quick and easy.
Oh, Tom Lawler here with a reverse choke, and Gresham to those ropes very, very, very quickly. Tom Lawler really had control of Gresham there, both his arms behind his back, really wrenching him in there, enjoying himself as he's trying to pick apart Gresham here. And finally, it seems like Tom Lawler may have a chance of getting some momentum as he shoots Gresham into the corner. Huge knife edge chop from Filthy Tom.
What it came down to is changing his strategy. I mean, he tried to do all that submission wrestling, all that chain wrestling, all that groundwork, and all it took was one shot to regain control over Jonathan Gresham.
And look at this right now. Tom Lawler, for all of his skilled work as a submission specialist that he learned in the UFC, right now throwing some dominant right hands and chops. Oh, and Jonathan Gresham chopped him right across the jaw. That looked nasty. And Tom Lawler did not seem to take too kindly to it. He's got Gresham in the corner. Big boot. Shoots him off again into the corner. Reverse Jonathan Gresham with a snap takedown there. Arm drag takedown. And
Textbook. Ricky Steamboat-like.
And now he's got Tom Lawler on the ground. And again, is this going to be enough to keep Tom Lawler grounded, or is he going to be able to weasel his way out of this and into something else here pretty soon? Gresham bending those fingers, bending that arm back. Methodical,
you know. There you go. Now, see, sometimes as a spectator, as a fan, as a commoner, not all of us have been put in a top wrist lock, but I think we all know what it's like to get your fingers bent, to get your fingers stomped on. I think everybody in the crowd can feel what Tom Lawler's feeling right now.
Yeah, absolutely. I used to go to the backyard with my brother. We'd rip at each other's fingers, ripping each other's eyes, tearing each other's hair. We didn't know what we were doing. This is a backyard brawl right now when you see things like that. And a big punch right to the chest of Tom Lawler. Jonathan Gresham gets some very unique strikes in here against Tom Lawler. I don't know if that's on purpose or if he's just a little discoordinated.
Well, it comes down to he's fighting for his life. I mean, like I said, you talk about plans, you talk about strategy. When you get punched in the face, all that changes. Gresham's got to change whatever plan he had right now.
And Jonathan Gresham working from underneath here, laying on his back. Big kick right to the forearm of Tom Lawler there. And rolling through, looking for a crossface. No, Tom Lawler, we got a crucifix pin attempt there from Jonathan Gresham.
Gresham better stay on him. Don't talk to the ref. Gresham knows better than that. You got to stay on him when you got him down like that. And he's working over that left arm.
And Gresham here he is also now getting a little determined. frustrated. As Tom Lawler looking for a huge German suplex here. Jonathan Gresham holding onto the top rope for all his life. Doesn't want to see his neck get snapped. We've got an uppercut there onto his right arm, and Gresham continuing to work that right arm of Tom Lawler. All of that rolling around, all those submission attempts starting to really make sense here. The long-term game for Gresham, I guess, was to try to work down that right arm of Tom Lawler, and yep, you can see it. Pulled it behind it for a pump handle slam, tossing Lawler arm first onto the mat. That is the game plan Gresham's been working with here. Work that arm. Take away Tom Lawler's abilities to get a hold of you.
And you got to think Gresham is going to stay persistent and he's going to stay methodical on that arm, because what it comes down to is Jonathan Gresham is put into a situation this afternoon that he did not expect 24 hours ago. He's going for the biggest title in Black Label Pro, and that's the Black Label Pro Championship. In his first title defense, we could be seeing it switch hands from Tom Lawler to Jonathan Gresham here tonight.
Jonathan Gresham again ripping back on those fingers. Tom Lawler's got him up in the fireman's carry, drops him with a modified FU there, dead center, dead to rights. Is he going to be able to get that pin now? Is that going to be enough? I didn't think it would be, and it wasn't.
If he just would have been a little quicker on that pin, that could have been 3 easily.
Gresham now trying to get again reaching back with that like a Fujiwara armbar and just cinching that end. You start to feel those bits of tendon in your shoulder and your wrist start to snap and tear and stretch. It's exactly what Gresham's doing right here. A much more cruel side to Jonathan Gresham than I think wrestling fans are used to seeing in a Ring of Honor ring. And Tom Lawler trying to reach for that rope to get him to break it up. And Gresham saying, I'm going to grab that arm, I'm going to grab those fingers, and I'm going to cinch back on those as well. Oh, that's a real easy way to dislocate a digit right there.
You got to think, how much more pressure can those tendons, can those joints on the left arm of Tom Lawler take?
And a guy like Tom Lawler, I mean, a snap tendon, anything like that that's going to take him out of the game, it's going to take away, oh man, that right arm, that right elbow, that shoulder, I should say, thrown right to the corner from Gresham. But Tom Lawler, a dual sport athlete, he can't take any sidelining. He can't take being taken out. He can't take a torn tendon. So now, I think we're going to start to see a very volatile Tom Lawler with a T-bone over the shoulder suplex, tossing Jonathan Gresham to the mat. And Lawler, I think he wants that arm bar, and Gresham saying, nah, I'm not going to let that happen. You get that and this thing could be all over. Lawler's got him on the mat, and he really wants that arm bar here. Oh, he pulled Gresham in for a pin attempt. That's just being able to be that big, to tower over your opponent like that. You're going to be able to find unique pinning attempts, pinning combination maneuvers like that. And what is Gresham doing here? Using his forehead as a pivot point to rake Tom Lawler's ankle. Have you ever seen anything like that?
That's very unique, and you know what? He's trying to destroy the whole left side of Tom Lawler's body.
What is that? I have never seen anyone apply an ankle lock like that before. What an incredible piece of maneuver there, or maneuvering from Jonathan Gresham. Tom Lawler now comfortable in his best position. That is from the rear position here. He's got the legs wrapped up in Jonathan Gresham. He's not too far away from his arms either. He can grab those at any point. The octopus stretching for that bottom rope, and he's got it there.
Good ring awareness by Gresham.
Tom Lawler just laying it in with big kicks, big punches.
You know, Lawler's doing all this submission and all this grappling. What it comes down to, every time he gets the biggest advantage, it's when he's just going strike for strike with Gresham. I think he should really stick to that.
Well, and again, I think that's where size and strength, I mean, in this situation, it does come into play, right? Filthy Tom Lawler, you know, can he out-wrestle him? Sure, but when you know that you've got that kind of size and intimidating persona against your opponent, maybe that is the time to just lay it in with punches and kicks. I mean, he's certainly a skilled striker as well.
Well, I mean, he's got, filthy in his name. I mean, the guy is not above getting a little bit down and dirty, and when it comes down to it, I think his pride is maybe getting in the way a little bit, because arguably Gresham is
Wait, Greg here. Gresham's losing blood flow to his brain right now as Tom Lawler's got him in a rear naked choke, and he's all the way to the mat here, and he's been choking him for a good 20 to 30 seconds already. This is where I think we can start to see Jonathan Gresham fade to black.
Control the head, you control the body, and if that body ain't moving, you cannot win the Black Label Pro Championship.
God, to feel like the tide has caught you and you're just drowning underneath the water right now, struggling to get to the surface, grasping for air. Jonathan Gresham desperate to try to escape this choking position that he's in right now from filthy Tom Lawler. Tom Lawler not willing to give an inch.
He could already be out. Ref checking right now.
Check it again.
It looks like that's going to be all.
Oh, yep, no. Jonathan Gresham shaking it off. And we have another crucifix pin attempt here from filthy Tom Lawler. Gresham able to roll out of it. Right back into that reverse chin lock. Is he going to be able to lay him down into that rear naked choke? He's working him slowly to the mat. Slowly down goes Gresham. Gresham back to his feet. I don't know how. Picks him up. Picks up Tom Lawler.
What?
Drops him in an attempted T-bone suplex there.
That was desperation. Who knows if Gresham even knows where he is right now? That was pure instinct.
Certainly wasn't a textbook definition of a perfect T-bone suplex there by any stretch, but he did manage to get out of it. He managed to drop Tom onto his head, and if he's ever going to have a chance to capitalize, if he's ever going to have a chance to capture that Black Label Pro Championship from Tom Lawler, now is going to be that chance. He is going to have to rally, and he's going to have to make his move now, because if Tom Lawler gets his wits about him, I have a feeling he's going to be like a bull in a china shop. He's going to see that red on Jonathan Gresham's trunks, and he's going to go right at him. Gore, balls to the wall, bull to the wall.
Josh Bishop on the outside trying to rally the crowd for Tom Lawler, but that doesn't sound like it's working too well.
Huge chop there from Gresham to Tom. Back and forth, we got ourselves a chop off. And it looks like Lawler was King Lumberjack as he got the last chop in, but they've moved on to elbows. Huge elbows back and forth, trying to knock the teeth out of each other's mouth right now. Trying to expose some of that white meat inside that skull. Rip off that forehead muscle. Rip off that forehead skin. These two men are woozy on their feet. Who's going to be the next one to strike? Gresham with one more. Lawler with one more. These two can't stop exchanging blows. Who's going to be the first to leave their feet? Another big hit. Two big hits. When will these men ever slow down?
Gresham hanging strike for strike with Lawler. I'm shocked.
Oh, and a huge kick.
Big Inzy.
Right
That's the blow right there.
Not enough to put Filthy Tom away as he kicks out, and Jonathan Gresham, he's got one more chance here. Keep that momentum up. Gresham running, charging into the corner. Filthy Tom Lawler with a lariat to the back of the head.
Missed with the front, but got him with the back.
I certainly wouldn't see that side of an octagon. Oh, pinfall attempt. Fans here in attendance apparently calling for a wrist lock. Not a movie here a lot of fans call for. Big knee right to the gut. And he set him up here for pile driver, powerbomb. Big old powerbomb. Oh! Dead center of the ring.
Driven to the mat.
And Tom Lawler going for that pin. Gresham kicks out. Surprising. That was quite the powerbomb there from Filthy Tom Lawler. Demanding a faster count from that referee. And now he's calling for the end of the match here. What does he have in store?
Whoa!
Lawler cinching in that wrist lock.
You don't get much bigger than this.
And the fans going wild. Jonathan Gresham rolling through, grabs it, reverses it. He's got his own wrist lock cinched in now. And the fans here, they're cheering on Gresham. Wow. Pushing that wrist lock to the next level. Going back to those fingers. All the way back. My God. I can't even imagine the pain that Tom Lawler's in, having to have been through this already several times in the bout. Tough to wrestle without your fingers.
If Gresham keeps this up, Tom Lawler's hand's going to look an awful lot like mine.
And he keeps that wrist lock cinched in.
This has got to be all. This has to be it, Nick.
Oh, man, that like a drop of water. Over and over again on the forehead. Eventually it'll drive a man to insanity. Tom Lawler right there on the brink of insanity. Lashing out at Jonathan Gresham. Wow. That is a real easy way to separate your vertebrae. He's got him in the forward guillotine choke here.
Is Gresham out? He might be out.
Lock. Gresham again having to fight his way out. And he raises his hand and he picks up Lawler for a big scoop. Lawler's not letting it go.
Couldn't get the leverage though.
Oh man, he spins him back around. Gresham with the octopus stretch. That octopus stretch right there in the corner of the ring. Lawler isn't that far from the ropes. He should be able to break it if he has any idea where he's at.
I don't think he does. I think that's going to be it. Oh.
Enough ring awareness to know that if he just fell backwards, Gresham would go right to that corner.
I mean, was that ring awareness or did he just fall backwards? Did he just luck out?
Great question. Tom Lawler now. He's used pretty much every move in the book against Gresham. What's he got left? Putting him up, arm over his shoulder. Gresham's not going to let him get a hold of whatever he wants to do.
Nope, holding that weight down.
God, the underdog fighting nature of Jonathan Gresham on full display right now.
Muscle
and he
him up.
picks up Tom Lawler with a huge suplex, driving Tom Lawler to the mat. I honestly wasn't expecting that.
Suplex Township.
Especially after watching Gresham have his head and his neck scraped away at by Tom Lawler. That helicopter separated his vertebrae earlier. You got to think that Gresham doesn't have a whole lot left in the tank. If he's going to take a shot, now's the time to take the shot.
It's right now.
That's a pretty big shot. Back into the corner. Lawler gets a foot up. Gresham with another tornado elbow.
One step ahead of him.
What's Lawler doing here? Gresham keeps throwing those elbows.
Whoa!
And a stalling, bridging German suplex.
Unbelievable.
And are we going to see a new Black Label Pro Champion here tonight? Tom Lawler just won the belt. He just won the belt. To lose it at his first title defense would be an absolute embarrassment. But Jonathan Gresham, what a hell of a champion he would be. I would be proud to have Jonathan Gresham represent Black Label Pro. Gresham again looking for that octopus as he's got himself wrapped around. And oh wait, he's going for it.
He doesn't got it locked in all the way though.
One more foot up over that head, and Tom Lawler has got. Oh wait, Tom Lawler blocked it. He's got Gresham up. Gresham sliding down.
Sunset flip.
Tom Lawler's got his foot on the ropes. What is Jonathan Gresham doing here?
O'Connor roll into a drag. Into a. Whoa, Lawler's got control.
Lawler's on top. He goes for a pinfall. Crucifix pin. Gresham's back on top.
Oklahoma roll.
Pulls Lawler along for the ride.
Switch through. Go
He's
for
going
the
for that
octopus.
octopus again, absolutely. Yep, I see it too. As I'm sure the fans that are watching at home right now also see it. This is Gresham's submission finishing maneuver here, that octopus stretch, and he's got it!
There it is.
He's got it!
He's got it locked in.
He's got it locked in, and that is the second time he has successfully applied it in this match. He is drilling that elbow right now into the ribs of filthy Tom Lawler.
And that's going to only add to the pain, add to the pressure. Tom Lawler can't last too much longer.
Tom Lawler removing the leg from over his head, picks up Gresham. He's got him in kind of a Styles. He's going for the Styles clash! Oh my God! What a filthy clash that was! And there it is! Filthy Tom Lawler using the Styles clash. Pick up the victory here, a first successful Black Label Pro Championship defense. And we will roll in to our next show, Slamilton, in February, with Filthy Tom Lawler as our champion here. And Filthy Tom Lawler is going to be watching the main Black Label Pro Rumble here very closely, as he could easily find himself squared off against the winner of that Rumble.
Champion, Filthy Tom Lawler.
What a match. You know, in a normal situation, those two might have ran out of gas. We might have a draw right now, but that just goes to show you what the Black Label Pro Championship means, not just to these two men, but all those guys in the locker room. We saw a hell of a fight right now, and I got to imagine that Black Label Pro Rumble is going to be a hell of a match when 30 individuals get in there vying for the chance to be the next champion.
Entire purpose as the Commissioner of Black Label Pro is to ensure that every one of you has an amazing time every time you come out to Black Label Pro. And one of the ways I have to do that is to ensure that we always have a fun and safe environment. That being said, I would like to address everyone who's worked here and will work here. One thing I will not tolerate is anyone putting their hands on an official here in Black Label Pro. Just ask Dominic Guarini, who last month decided to insert himself into the main event title match and is no longer here, as I suspended him indefinitely. But with that little bit of business out of the way, we still have a Rumble to get to tonight! The winner of which will get a title shot at the Black Label Pro Champion, whoever it may be at that time, in the next 365 days. So, that being said, I'll make my exit, give it back to the lovely Sarah Rose.
Ladies and gentlemen, Black Label Pro Commissioner Kirby Alexander.
Who's going to be lucky number one, Nick?
Absolutely. It is time for the main event here. It's me, Nick Hausman, joined by Gregory Iron, and we also have guest commentator right now. Hot off his Black Label Pro Championship defense, Filthy Tom Lawler.
Damn right.
There it is.
Tom, all I do is sing your praises all night. I'm a big fan. I appreciate it, Greg.
Mance Warner, our first competitor out here in the Rumble. Obviously, not the number you want to draw. That first spot makes it very difficult for you to find your way all the way to the end, because you're going to have 29 men standing between you and being the last man in the ring tonight.
How fitting that number one can only count that high, judging by the looks of him.
He's got a belt too, Tom. What's his belt?
Hell if I know. There's only one that matters. That's a Black Label Pro heavyweight title.
That's absolutely right. Wow.
Unfortunately, I know what that belt is. It's the IWA Mid-South Championship, but of course it doesn't compare to the Black Label Pro Championship. Now we're talking.
Oh my God. I know this music. I know who this is.
Maxwell Jacob Friedman.
Yes, the MJF has.
Better than you, and you all know it.
Cut my music. Cut my music. Cut my music.
Surprise, surprise, the
I
MJF.
said cut it.
Surprise, surprise, MJF wants to talk.
Ladies and gentlemen, just in case you're deaf, dumb, blind, stupid, or by the looks of it, poor, my name is Maxwell Jacob Friedman. This is the part where you morons clap.
Big fan.
Sweetheart, sit down. And that right there, that's Mance Warner. Oh, you guys like Mance, huh? That's great. Well, Mance over there claims to be the eye poke god. Well, I got news for you, bud. First of all, I can't tell if you're 19 or 90. Second of all, no one is better at eye pokes than MJF.
All right, I guess MJF had to let it be known that he is also very good at eye pokes. I mean, is it really, can you be bad at eye pokes, Greg?
Look, that's not the point right now. The point is MJF made a very good point, and that is that these people in Crown Point, Indiana do look and are, in fact, very, very poor.
Get the ring bell ready. And the bell's rung. MJF, why would this man try to go for a handshake now after so thoroughly insulting his opponent beforehand? Look
It's
at
good sportsmanship.
Of course, every 90 seconds, a new superstar is going to enter this Rumble match here. But right now, right now it's just these two men, and they are going battling, battling for that eye poke. Mance Warner up and over, goes for a clothesline there. MJF returning the favor, constantly going for that eye poke.
Oh, yeah, that turns me on. I like that. Whoa.
Very weird that Greg would say that, and onward we go.
I like it. Not that I'm aroused.
Head scissors. And these two men, like Karate Kids, got their Cobra Claw ready to go. Very weird. Have you ever had an opponent want to so desperately poke you in the eye like that, Greg? Is this a common problem you deal with?
It's a common problem in the industry throughout, and I've been saying it for years that the eye poke definitely needs to be banned because of this problem. What do you think, Tom?
Well, not only in professional wrestling do we see it, but we also see it in other combat sports, much in the UFC. One of my constituents, John Jones, known for his eye poke game.
Terrible.
Really? John Bones Jones? He'll poke you in the eye?
Absolutely. And other places.
Well,
We got number 3.
Percy Davis coming out. He's the freshest prince. There's the Fresh Prince, and this is the freshest prince. Oh, double eye poke. We call that the John Jones special.
Could these guys be on the same page? That seems very unlikely.
Eye poke friends?
Whoa, no.
What is going on? These men seem to be melded in the minds by their right hands. Are they fighting off the friendship bond formed?
What a moment.
Did they just become best friends?
I think so.
And Percy, thanks for joining us. Our first man eliminated here. And it's time for the 4th super wrestler.
Dick O'Hare.
Dick
Dan O'Hare. You called him a dick, man. That was mean.
Dan O'Hare.
The big scare.
The big scare. O'Hare.
Big forearm.
Pounding away at the MJF. And where's your buddy Mance now? MJF. Wow, Mance to the rescue with an eye poke. I think he just made eye contact with you, Greg.
Well, me and MJF, we kind of have a thing, a bond, if you will.
Oh, wow, look at that. Eye poke sweet me. And now our fifth entrant. The big scare still in the ring, managing to outlast. Stevie Fierce is out strutting. It looks like he may have just had some cutting happen on his hair. Very coiffed today.
There's no way he's getting eye poked, I'll tell you that much.
Now, Tom, I consider Stevie Fierce to be a favorite in this match. He's got great look, great personality, but more importantly, he's got a great in-ring work ethic. Is Stevie Fierce somebody you'd like to see in the ring to take you on for that title?
No, he's got a foreign object in there. You're talking about how he's cheating, and that's what he gets for it.
Great answer, Tom. Great answer.
There it is, yeah, absolutely. Don't bring a weapon to the ring, can easily get turned on you.
That's why Tom Lawler's the champion.
Absolutely.
You know, Nick Hausman was talking so much garbage about you on commentary.
That's not true. No, that's not true. That's not true.
I couldn't believe it.
I say very nice things.
He was like, that armbar doesn't even look that good. I'd like to see him put that on me.
I didn't.
You're speaking about Jonathan Gresham's armbar.
I was absolutely talking about Jonathan Gresham's armbar. Absolutely, yes.
It did hurt, actually.
I don't think he was, though, but, you know, whatever. Let's carry on.
Mike here, and double stomp into a senton.
Very unorthodox.
Very, very unorthodox. I don't think I've seen that before. Choking Mance Warner down in the corner right now. The ring's starting to fill up here in the first ever Black Label Pro Rumble. Again, the winner of this match is going to have the opportunity to take on whomever is the Black Label Pro Champion throughout the next year. I know you hate to hear that, Tom. I mean, but, you know, maybe you lose the belt the next year. Somebody else can challenge for that belt, you know.
You might as well just pencil me in as defending champion for the next year.
Oh, Shade Saber. That strong core stock from the icy north of Canada.
Whoa.
Holy moly, this man is moving quick right now. Going after Mance, another tall guy in this match here. Mance and MJF here, the eye poke kings, continuing to work together, working over Shade Saber. And I would guess hoping for an elimination. These two need to get more guys out of the ring. Double eye poke.
Very innovative.
Much like myself, it seems like these two have found a winning formula here.
They really have. I mean, it's no wrist lock, but you got to start somewhere, you know?
MJF tapping his watch here. If I were him and Mance Warner, I would be staying on my opponents. Returning from earlier tonight.
Wearing my grandmother's drapes. Here he is, Gringo Loco.
El Gringo Loco. The little Gone with the Wind special here, right?
I'll tell you the Susan B. Anthony special.
He'll never get a corn chips endorsement looking like that. I'll tell you that right now.
Hey, well, say what you will about what he's wearing. El Gringo Loco is one of the fastest, hardest hitting athletes in this match. A Chicagoan from the hard streets of the South Side. Also lived in Guatemala for a little while. Has picked up both American and lucha stylings. And we have another elimination. And followed by the big scare, also now out as well. And wait, Mance Warner has just fallen out of the ring. He wasn't eliminated. Mance Warner wasn't eliminated.
Did not go over the top.
No. He fell between the bottom and the is okay. MJF encouraging his friend to get back into the ring.
Parnell is eliminated, however.
Pat Mounties making his way to the ring. Another young upstart in the vein of Kobe Durst.
Mind facing this Pat Mounties kid. I'm not sure. He may have to get a waiver signed before he gets in there against me, but
yeah, someone check this kid's ID. He looks only slightly older than some of the other people on this roster.
You know, and age is but a number, right? If you've got the talent, the timing, if you're there in that right moment for that opportunity. I mean, maybe Pat Mounties, he is a little bit younger, but right, he's got that tenacity. I know a lot of high school athletes that are far better in shape.
Of course you do. Of course you do. You're a real sicko. You know that?
I watched the ESPN 3.
Yeah, that's what you're doing.
Taking my words and twisting them yet again. Let's talk about Frankie Flynn here. Frankie Flynn, you know Frankie Flynn.
Prince of Broadway, trained by Johnny Gargano. A little bit of a different character, to say the least. He's definitely out there. He's definitely obsessed with being the lead role in professional wrestling.
Well, you better watch out for the eye poke kings here of Mance Warner and MJF.
Walked right into that right hand by Mance.
And, you know, to their credit, MJF, Mance Warner, realizing early that they are better united than divided. Oh, here we go. The Dream Police. Marvelous Matt Nix, another Chicago in here. Of course, one of the featured performers at Freelance Wrestling. He would love to make a name for himself beyond freelance, also looking to make a name for himself here in Black Label Pro. Has really come up short in pretty much every match he's had here in Black Label Pro up to this point. But hopefully this can be a chance for him to turn the tide.
Don't think it's happening.
I gotta believe, I gotta give every athlete the same opportunity in a match like this. Anything can happen, Tom.
Tom, have you seen anybody that stands out that maybe you think has what it takes to take you on for the Black Label Championship?
My guess is whoever enters at number 27.
That 27, that's a notoriously lucky number.
I know. I've done my research.
As he has. Twice the champ.
That's why he's the champ.
Twice the champ.
Don't suck up to the champion.
Look,
okay, I know what you were saying earlier.
You're trying to put seeds in his head about high school athletes and his armbar and whatever.
At least there's seeds in my head and not putting the seeds somewhere else.
All right, Craig, it's your buddy, Markus Crane. House of Fire.
Smelliest man in the history of pro wrestling. I hope something terrible happens to him.
Look, Markus Crane understands, like, wrestling's a three-dimensional art form, right? I mean, Tom, stench. If you get in there and you smell bad in a fight, and your opponent doesn't want to get close to you then, is that an advantage?
Absolutely. Matt Lindland, the former UFC title contender, was well known for that.
Really?
Yep. Well known for smelling bad before the fight. So
there you go. And look at Markus Crane. Those pants, those were found in a dumpster, right? But at the same time, he's on the verge of eliminating somebody here. Mance Warner going for Markus Crane.
Markus Crane using some psychological warfare, no doubt. Must have learned it from his distant cousin, Frazier.
Frazier Crane. Frazier Crane. That's where you're going with this? You made a Frazier reference? I'm listening.
The joke has been lost.
No, my joke was lost. I said his catchphrase. All right. Enough of Frazier reminiscing. Let's get back to the BLP Rumble here.
One poor, sad sack is coming out next.
And we are almost to the midway point here. Number 13 heading out right now in our 30-man Black Label Pro Rumble. Again, 90-second intervals. Winner will get a chance at the Black Label Pro Champion sometime here in the next year. Another elimination. Mance Warner and MJ. Wait, MJF and Mance Warner. Hey, whoa. Hey, guys. Whoa.
I just need a drink of water or something. So many eye pokes.
You guys
take all the water you need. Take all the water.
You guys should probably get corner men.
You guys are supposed to be wrestlers. wrestling right now.
No. See, baby, what the eye poke guys are all about, we're all about eye pokes, and we're all about getting blown up in the ring because our cardio's not that good.
No.
We did you, W. We're here to play with it and make it next time. And that's a big old beast of them.
Healthy Tom, are you going to allow these guys to come into this space right now?
Yeah, they can do it. I don't care.
Right now?
I just went 85 minutes with John Gresham, so
It was an incredible 97 minutes.
Freddie Hudson got him right here. He's a young buck, real strong, real tough, heading in there. Here we go.
Manson, I'm going to call this right now. Me and Manson, we are going to stick together to the very end. Me and him will be tag team partners. Hell, we will win tag team championship gold, baby! All over the East Coast, the West Coast, across the pond, across the border, because we're better than you.
Referees are asking you all to get back.
And you know, baby, that's your place. Big old ball down here, going to town, beating on him. Matt Nix is all blown up and there, beat on. He's choking, I was choking him a bunch. See, I poked him in the eyes a bunch of time. We need a good red. We went out there.
Mance Warner channeling Stone Cold Steve Austin here.
Who the hell's that?
That's his voice.
Who the hell's that?
It's a very popular
This is
wrestler.
how I talk, baby.
A very popular wrestler.
But Manson's been in the game since
1975.
Thank you.
You're right.
Who the hell
I should have
are you?
never
What's
compared the
your
two.
name? What's
My
your
bad.
name?
What?
What's his
I don't know if
name?
you're aware of this, but I'm Gregory Iron's favorite wrestler. You know what that means?
I'm number 2.
I feel like you are not paying attention to what is going on right now.
We don't need to.
Baby, all we have to pay attention to is our sweet eye pokes.
All right, look, I don't know how you can be so proud of an eye poke. First of all,
Excuse me? An eye poke is the most classic, the most technical, the most powerful move in all of professional
You
wrestling.
know how long it takes to master an eye poke? You don't just get out of bed one day and say, oh, look at me, I can throw 2 fingers in there. Jesus Christ, somebody, kid. I hate you. I hate his guts. I hate him. I'm going to kill him.
all right, look, now wait, this is getting a little.
That you don't respect eye pokes or the fact that you have pubic hair all over your face.
Everybody, calm down, all right?
Hey, let's talk about Victor in the ring right now. I mean, I love Mance and MJF, but Victor is dominating. We can't ignore that.
And look, here we go, another competitor, our first lady in the competition here.
Our member of the Truth Commission here just eliminated Brian Carson, unfortunately. Well, no, you got
And equal opportunity. Equal
By
opportunity.
the head. Oh, he turned around. He jumped around. That's illegal. How you going to give us hell about an eye poke and you eating on this right here? That's illegal.
That's illegal.
That's illegal.
That is, it's actually fair. It's very legal right now. Again, I apologize, everybody. Mance Warner, MJF, the eye poke gods, I believe is what they've been calling themselves here tonight. Commentary at the booth right now. We're going to try to stay focused on the action.
Tag team gold everywhere, you pube-haired beard loser.
All right. First of all, I have
Everywhere.
a beautiful beard.
CW, we coming to get that title, Harlem Heat. We coming for you, baby.
Ice Train, you're not ready for the eye poke god.
I can't hear what's happening here.
Oh, no.
Oh, up and over the top. And here comes Mr. Apple Pie Dasher Hatfield. He's coming in here batting cleanup.
A man I know well, once defeated at Black Label Pro 1.
You did. That's why you're the champion now.
Hey, Mance, MJF, why'd you guys get back in the ring? Why'd you guys wrestle?
Don't forget I beat AJ.
I'm just saying right now.
You did. AJ Gray, he sucks. Matt Riddle, no good.
Dasher Hatfield showing some real athleticism as he gets back.
out here. I got snot running out my nose. Let's go, baby.
All right, MJF and Mance Warner finally exiting the commentary booth, and we're getting back into the ring here as Dasher Hatfield is definitively in control.
He's in control now, but Victor has been in firm control. I mean, I know we were distracted by the beauty that is MJF and Mance Warner, and of course Tom Lawler, who's still right next to me. But I mean, this Victor's been something special. But now he's gone.
Tom, you got to tell me you're not buying into this MJF. Like a lot of people are saying, he's a real hot up and comer right now. I personally, I don't know that I see it. I mean, MJF, are you taking this guy seriously?
I'll be quite honest, no, I'm not. There's very few guys. Dasher Hatfield take him very seriously. Obviously, he's a very strong competitor. I mean that in the purest sense of the word. I mean, this guy is like one of the strongest human beings I've ever been in there with.
All right, number 18, Trey Lamar, and yeah, absolutely, I'd love to see you and Dasher Hatfield. That'd be a battle of styles right there.
I've already choked him out once. I got no problem doing it again. But
Trey Lamar, springboard lariat into the ring, and MJF is really, I don't know. He's spun so hard. He was talking such such terrible things about Mance just before the match started. Now they're in there. They're BFFs. I mean, did they both forget to take some medicine today or something like that?
Wait. Who's the next competitor? It's got to be a big star, right?
Yeah, number 19. Who is coming? Greg, where are you going?
Kerry.
What? Wait, what? Whoop, yeah, Tom, come on over. Grab Greg's seat.
It's a bit warm.
Gregory Iron, I guess, is official. He had his gear on underneath his pants.
Glad he had something on underneath him.
No kidding. Gregory Iron making his Black Label Pro debut here. One half of the Handicap Heroes. Gregory Iron is a very accomplished independent professional wrestler. Best friends with Johnny Gargano. Hang your hat on that, right?
I wouldn't hang my hat being friends with anybody. I'm all about myself.
And see, that's
As much while I just should be.
That's good strategy on Greg's part, though. He gets in and he's just clinging to that bottom rope.
Yeah, very intelligent.
All right, and just like that, on to number 20. Who's going to be lucky number 20 here? Jordan Grace. Now, are you hesitant to if you have to fight a woman, Tom? Does that throw off your game plan?
I'll beat up anybody.
Jordan Grace here trying to make an impact here. She's
Crushes Gregory Iron in the corner with a forearm.
Yeah, Greg has a bit of a crush on Jordan Grace. He's made that known, so I don't know how he feels right now having to be on the receiving end of a beating from her. Dasher Hatfield joining in as well.
Judging by the comments he made earlier about sadomasochism and being turned on, I'd venture to say he probably enjoys it. I don't know if he enjoys Dasher.
Maybe Dasher here trying to do the chivalrous thing by getting the ring cleared of Gregory Iron.
No, he's probably trying to help himself win the match.
Is that it? I
would think so.
Dasher Hatfield comes across a little Boy Scout for me. Like I get the feeling he definitely wants to win, but if he can do something for a good reason, a good cause, I think he'll do it too. Now this is a guy who's really grown on me. Kobe Durst. I've seen him on the scene here for the past 4 or 5 years. Really starting to find himself, I feel like, as a wrestler right now. Which is, I mean, for you, Tom, you're a natural badass, right? That's just how you carry yourself. That's not the same for everybody. You know, we talk about Dasher and Kobe. These are good guys.
Yeah, Durst to me seems kind of like a Limp Bizkit.
Like the band? Leave it at that. And the crowd's still going wild for these eye pokes. MJF and Mance Warner. More eye pokes to Dasher Hatfield, who's wearing that mask right now.
Jordan Grace got Trey Lamar hung up in the corner, laying a beating on him. Durst down. Gregory Iron still clinging to the bottom rope.
That's just smart strategy there from Gregory Iron.
We have another.
I'm impressed by Mance and MJF. 1 and 2 in, both still standing.
Well, they're clearly the most intelligent guys in there besides Greg.
The Warhorse, Jake Parnell, is one of my favorite performers to watch in all of Black Label Pro. He's not the biggest dog in the fight, right? But he brings that kind of intensity. Like, he'll bite you. He'll sink his teeth in. He'll rip a big chunk of flesh out of your leg, right?
Good thing there's no rules in this match, so he can do all the biting he wants. But when he's in there in a singles contest against me, if he wins it, none of that's going to be allowed.
What do you not want? Let me ask you that, Tom. Like, what do you not want in your opponent? What are you looking for in a dream opponent? What do you not want them to have? What kind of descriptions would you not use to describe what you see in an ideal opponent?
My ideal opponent has 2 arms, 2 legs, and a head, so I can rip each and every limb off of their body.
All right. Well, I guess
so
I guess
most of these
that
guys
covers everybody except Greg, right? Like
Greg still fits the bill.
Another female competitor enters the fray. Alley Cat, a fan favorite here from Black Label Pro. Cat Scratch Fever down the back of MJF and Gregory Iron. Wow, we got the Eye Poke Kings and we've got a back scratch lady.
DDT
DDT from Greg to MJF, set up by Alley Cat there with a big boot. She's running wild.
Now, if Tom, you get in the ring here, there's all these guys here. Are you trying to find somebody to partner up with? Are you just trying to go out on your own to get guys out? How do you approach a situation like this?
Oh, if I was in there, I'd be doing what MJF or Mance did, team up with somebody.
Yeah.
Really, if I was in there, I'd be grabbing somebody like Josh Bishop, Dom Guarini, one of the guys who I could count on.
Were you nervous not having Dominic here tonight? I know you had Josh in your corner earlier.
This is undoubtedly the worst music I've ever heard in my entire life.
What is that sound? The millennial Danny Adams.
He's got somewhat of a point. MJF and Mance on the outside. These guys spending more time outside than they are in the ring.
And while Danny Adams here making us think about his music, MJF and Mance continuing to destruction, and they're working out of your playbook. You're saying that's the way to do it. Partner up, find somebody.
We've seen this time and time again in these types of matches. Guys will team up for a short time and then turn on each other. Finally, we got some guys with some brains in there, MJF and Mance, who are teaming up. I assume they'll turn on each other at the end, but let's get there first before you do it.
And Kevin Koo is now out. Kevin Koo.
Referee just got eye poked on the outside by MJF.
Well, no rules.
Oh my
God. Big eliminations here on the side of the ring. I hope everyone's all right over there.
Kevin Koo eliminated, I think. Danny Adams eliminated.
Kevin Koo and Danny Adams here, they're not done fighting with each other yet. These two are still going at it on the outside. We got a brawl going on here on my left side.
I'm just happy that Kevin Koo could fight anybody after that spill to the outside.
Trey's been eliminated by Dasher Hatfield. The crowd still going absolutely nuts for the eye poke gods.
Mance with another eye poke there.
And we can say, I guess we were here the night that the eye poke kings or eye poke gods were christened. And we are winding down. We're number 26. One away from you. Who you think is going to be the lucky winner here?
Yeah,
let's find out.
Spot away.
I think I know whose music this is. A particular. Oh, amazing man. Rory Gulak.
Amazing.
Of the amazing Gulaks.
Dasher Hatfield not impressed.
Of course, be remiss I couldn't mention the name Gulak without noting his very popular brother Drew Gulak at the moment.
Delicious stew.
And now, I mean, it's hard to figure out where. Oh, an eye poke to the butthole. Can I say that?
I think they went for the one eye poke.
Yeah. I feel weird calling it like I did, but I think I had to call it that way. You know?
Gregory Iron coming to the aid of Jordan Grace there.
Like I said, Gregory Iron has an affinity for Jordan Grace.
Who is entering at the most coveted spot, number 27.
Kid Osborne, number 27.
Is it too late to change my pick?
Look at these guys battling up here on the guardrail.
How about you announce me again? I'm about to say I am going to be the winner. Who are you? Kid Osborne!
And our ring announcer refusing to give in to his demands. And Kid Osborne's going to join the fray. This is you're saying 27, he's 27.
Like I said, is it too late to change my pick?
Well,
although he is doing the smart thing and staying on the outside here, taking his time. See these guys run and rush in like morons. Fools rush in.
That's very romantic. That's like a romantic way to look at pro wrestling.
It's been a very romantic color commentary booth here.
3 more individuals left. Who is this? Jean-Pierre Lafitte! Quebecer Pierre's alter ego, Jean-Pierre Lafitte. I don't think I've seen him since Monday Night Raw 1995.
He's back 22 years later.
22 years later,
Making
walking
his
there.
way into the Rumble. Now, this is a guy wouldn't be too keen on fighting.
I almost thought it was broad-chested Kane. I really did. I thought it was Kane. What
That's
a
another
dummy.
man I do not want to face.
This is a pirate, a swashbuckler. Oh, Jean-Pierre Lafitte throwing Kobe Durst out. If you watch The Curse of Oak Island, like I do, religiously, every week, I'm starting to wonder, is that Jean-Pierre Lafitte's treasure buried on Oak Island?
Quite frankly, I don't know what you're talking about.
Oleg, the usurper, is joining the fray.
In at number 29, that means we have one man remaining.
I'm going to tell you here, Oleg the Usurper and Jean-Pierre Lafitte, they kind of look like a tag team, don't they?
Absolutely.
These two men, they don't look like they should be fighting each other. They should be working together.
As I look around the ring here, it looks like a lot of people are worse for wear.
Yeah, absolutely.
Despite how long they've been in the ring. So we've got one person left to enter. And Nick, I think that's going to be my pick to win, number 30.
Okay, number 30, another good spot. A lot of famous wrestlers have won Rumbles in that spot. And everybody piled up in the corner. What is Oleg the Usurper thinking here? Getting a whole heck of a lot of momentum. And he's taking down everybody. And
here we go.
Jean-Pierre Lafitte all the way in the back.
Our final entrant.
And here, this is your song.
No, not quite, but close enough.
Wow,
there he is,
from
baby.
Your camp, that's for sure.
My pick, Josh Bishop. There he is.
All right, and that is the final.
Miller Beach bad boy, the buzzsaw, the pit bull himself. Josh Bishop. I've been training this guy MMA style. Look at him. He looks like he's straight out of the UWFI.
He's certainly very impressive. He was certainly very helpful with you earlier. And he is the final entrant here in the Rumble. There will be no other. Oh, there goes Jean-Pierre Lafitte off his feet, 2 feet on the floor.
So who do we have left here? We got Kid Osborne, number 27, my pick to win it.
Dasher Hatfield, Mance Warner, and MJF, numbers 1 and 2, still in the ring. Jordan Grace, Gregory Iron, Rory Gulak, the Warhorse, Jake Parnell. I think I got everybody here.
No more Kid Osborne.
Feel bad for Jean-Pierre Lafitte coming in here after a 22-year hiatus, but eye poke after eye poke. And they eye poked him clean out of the ring. I think he probably just wanted to get out. He's like, I'm done being poked in the eye.
Probably couldn't see what was happening.
I think he just didn't want to deal with it anymore.
More eye pokes. These guys are running crazy. Look at this. Rory Gulak back down.
Looks like we got about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're down to 7, 8 competitors here.
Finally, we knew what was going to happen.
No! Say it is not so. I knew that you couldn't trust this guy, MJF.
Mance Warner eliminated by MJF.
Now let's say Joshua Bishop wins this.
Yeah, of course he's going to.
Are you going to actually give him a chance to compete against you, or as a favor to you maybe? Would he never cash that in?
He knows where his bread's buttered. He knows facing me would not be good for his career at this point. I'm grooming this guy to be the next big thing, not only in MMA, but pro wrestling. As you can see, look at that vicious kick.
What's that stance there? Where his fingers are up like that, you know?
Well, it's Muay Thai.
Muay Thai.
Krav Maga.
Krav Maga.
All of them.
I tried
Sumo, Judo, and Sumo. Beautiful chop. Oh, look at that.
Had some Krav Maga the other day. Woke up, my stomach didn't feel too good. Mance Warner here has come over to the commentary area, and a little worse for the wear, and he's taking off.
And Josh Bishop, oh, looks like he was going to eliminate Rory Gulak. Rory Gulak balling up. Looks like he's going to enter himself back in.
The amazing Rory Gulak. So amazing, he went and got himself eliminated. We're down to 5 here.
Bravo!
Filthy
Great job there.
Supporting Joshua Bishop.
Oh,
and he sends the Warhorse, Jake Parnell out.
Two in a row, look at that.
Joshua
Look at
Bishop.
this guy. Looks like a young Goldberg in there.
I gotta imagine though, if you're out there, you want him paying better attention to the match right now, right? He's looking
got
at
it
you.
in control. Are you kidding me? He's one of the final four in this vaunted Rumble. And he looks like he's in a great position to win. He's the first one up on his feet.
Hey, I'll say this much. I've sat here right next to Gregory Iron for the past 3 shows, ups and downs. He says some negative things about me. He tries to get you to beat me up sometimes. But all of that aside, I am very impressed with the fact he's been able to carry himself all the way to the Final Four in this match here. A lot of people have not had the chance yet, Black Label Pro, to see the kind of in-ring performer that Gregory Iron is, having to create his own style.
MJF there going after Jordan Grace. Looks like Gregory Iron's taking offense to that.
Well, again, Gregory Iron has taken a liking to Jordan Grace. Oh, an accidental punch to your boy's
Bad
face.
idea there. I've hit that guy in the face so many times. Are you kidding me? He can take any of those punches. Look at that.
And a big, stiff elbow to the face of MJF drops him like a sack of potatoes.
Little knockout blow. Oh. Hey, Greg.
And again, that's the style that Greg has had to come up with. Obviously, dealing with cerebral palsy, he is not able to use his left or his right arm fully. So he's had to create his own style of fight. Oh, whoa! And he eliminated your guy.
No. Okay.
And MJF eliminated Greg. We are down to Jordan Grace and the MJF right now. I'm gobsmacked. Joshua Bishop still laying leather on
Bishop. Come on.
Gregory Iron here on the outside.
Don't take that.
And MJF is down. The referees are checking on him. I hope he's all right. We've seen some serious injuries recently in the world of professional wrestling. He's grabbing at his jaw. He was playing possum. And an eye poke right to the eye of Jordan Grace.
I hope these two beat the snot out of each other for a while.
Absolutely. And this is the kind of equal opportunity treatment you get here at Black Label Pro. You got a man, you got a woman, you got 2 premier athletes in the ring right now fighting for the chance to possibly face you, Filthy Tom Lawler, for that Black Label Pro Championship sometime between now and December 31st.
The only problem with the strategy is the lower Jordan Grace is to the mat, the harder it's going to be to throw her over the top rope.
I was thinking the same thing, Tom. I'm glad you brought that up. I don't know why he's beating her down into the corner like that. I would be thinking that you would be trying to take more opportunities to just physically get her over the top rope. Instead of giving her opportunities to do things like that, side suplex from Jordan Grace.
Scrambled that gray matter of MJF's, no doubt. Jordan Grace up to her feet.
Now looks like she's setting up for a pump handle slam. Couldn't get it. Clubbing shots to the face, the chest, the back. MJF with a kick. And a spine buster. Huge spine buster from Jordan Grace. MJF is now also fighting fatigue. He was number 2 in this match. It may as well have been number 1. Started off the match with Mance Warner. Jordan Grace came in a little bit later here. I believe she was number 20. So she's far closer.
Beautiful stomp there by MJF, going right back after that arm. Man of my own heart.
And MJF obviously not holding back just because Jordan Grace is a female competitor. He is going all out here. He smells blood in the water, and he looks like he's going to go for the elimination. Jordan Grace pitching him just barely over the top rope. They're battling there on the ring apron. Eye poke from Jordan Grace! Jordan Grace is the winner! Oh my goodness! Wow, congratulations! Eliminating the MJF!
Illegally with an eye poke, may I add.
Very, very poetic. Filthy Tom, Jordan Grace is our winner. Give me your thoughts.
Let's be honest. I mean, I'm bigger than her. I'm badder than her. I'm smarter than her. She can go ahead and cash in whenever she wants. We know what the outcome's going to be. It's going to be Tom Lawler, Filthy Tom, still holding on that Black Label title. Enjoy your moment, Jordan. Enjoy it. Have a good night.